with 48 spots, of course these lower teams are going to qualify. There's no... You're looking at... If you weigh it up, it's a bit like, yeah, you qualified, but you should really qualify because there's more spots available. It's no longer like the best of the best.
All right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, we're here to talk about Marvel and America, not football.
Yay! Marvel shows. Here's Smudcast number 326. Why the next Captain America matters. And this is the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Never met.
I don't know why it matters. I haven't watched either show. I don't really care. But hey, someone does. And
but it matters because you're American.
Oh, yeah.
It matters to all Americans, like me, you, Mark, Tadros, Ginga.
Yeah.
You're
Allahu
American,
Akbar.
aren't you?
In a way, yes.
South Americans,
Yeah.
North Americans. Yeah, we all care about...
Because American. No, because we're all American. Because we all are on the internet. That's American, so we all must be American.
There's an American in all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I keep telling Eric that I'm just not intending anything serious, but he keeps coming back. So
anyway, this is a video that came out just last month in May. Sorry, 2 months ago in May. And it's by a YouTuber called JulienCFDurand. And he's about 6,000 subs. This has less than 100 views, so obviously it's unknown. And it's about a 25-minute video. I doubt we're going to get through not even half of that. There's so many people on the panel here, depending on your opinions on Marvel films and movies. So, yeah, I don't know how this is going to play. I've only watched a few minutes. It seemed harmless. I don't know what the general opinion is of the show and the idea that why Captain America is a big deal, at least in the MCU.
Oh, well, it's... you first, huh?
I was going to say that all this about Falcon the Winter Soldier, it's been pretty quiet once the series finished.
Yeah,
I don't really hear many people talking about it.
After like it was ended, like people still talked about it, and like everyone shut up about it. It was a really terrible show, honestly.
Yeah,
it did a lot of insults. That's it.
Yeah, it's like there was the controversy. Like everyone just like went, we don't really like it, apart from people who liked it, but they like anything, and then it just went silent. And it's like we've
the normies.
really talked about it. Yeah, but even the normies just sort of went, oh, that was a thing, and then there's nothing. It's like that's it.
Yeah, there was
I know they went straight to Loki. I mean, but now even Loki's gone quiet, and that's not even finished.
It just left no impression at all.
What was that, Wes?
It just left no impression at all. It's a complete waste of a production.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's just
such a wasted idea. Like, I mean, like Winter Soldier and like this character, like they could have made like an actual interesting show.
Even on my YouTube recommendations, I don't see like clips of the series, or anything. I don't see anything I mean, you get like your watch movie clips or something, and with stuff, but there's nothing like that. Like, I've had tons and tons of recommendations for like the new Rick and Morty stuff, but like
me too,
nothing. Yeah, nothing for like anything even remotely for like the Marvel shows. It's almost like there's no advertising for it, or it's a bit like, it's done, dusted now. Move on to next thing.
Disney Plus is really aggressive about like the clips of the show, so it could be that like they didn't like let others like upload clips from it, or they're just like waiting for some time to like until like it really hits rock bottom in interest wise, and then they allow that shit to happen. Because you can see like if a show is not even like 3 months old, you're not gonna like spam it unless like it's a movie trailer or like something new. It's just like continuing being released. Because like that's how like Marvel and like Disney in general, they just like invest money as like what's the newest shit that they can advertise.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just not. But like the show itself, it's it was so forgettable. Like I think I'm a week after I watched the entirety of it, I forgot it even existed. Like I just got reminded by this video that like, oh yeah, this is a show.
Mhm.
And it had absolutely nothing to say. It was so dumb. Like my brain just deleted all of it.
I still like the fact that I managed to call everyone's reaction to episode 3.
Yes.
By the way,
you were calling them out that like this show is gonna be garbage, and then they were like, no.
I literally said episode 3 is when everybody who says I like this show is going to hate the show, and then episode 3 happened, and everyone who liked it hated it, and I was like, "Yep, see, told you."
That's so funny because like even the episode 1 is like really bad. Like I mean like not bad, really bad. Like it's just mediocre at best. But it has like the seeds of like where it's gonna go, because it has like the kind of problems that like it doesn't make any sense. I think even like first episode is like bringing up like racial issues, which is retarded. Like Falcon.
I think it was the second episode.
Huh?
Was it the second episode?
Carry on, Mark.
Second episode for what exactly?
Falcon the Winter Soldier. Like the whole racial issues.
I think like second episode is where it started like even more, but I think the first episode had the scene where Falcon and his sister go to the bank, and then like the bank refuses to give them a loan because Falcon was absent for 5 years, and then like, they are like, well, come on, like we have been snapped away. It doesn't make any
zero
sense.
Everybody knows people were dead and now they're back. They were not absent.
Yeah. The other thing is the infrastructure. Like we were supposed to think that like 5 years, and nobody used that infrastructure, and it all went to waste. Like what the fuck?
Like, just 5 years, yeah. Some things will deteriorate because you don't have enough qualified people to keep it intact, but not everything.
Even in some parts of Africa where the British left the colonies, like some of the infrastructure is from like many decades old, and it's still the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know why it was so easy after World War II to rebuild all the German cities?
Yeah.
Bones.
Because all the infrastructure was still there. Because all that was destroyed was those boxes above the ground. The infrastructure is all the stuff that's underground. The sewers, the electric lines, all of that. All of that was still there. All of that was still intact. All we needed to do was rebuild those boxes above ground, which is also why it's retarded that Syria is whining, it's also bombed, we can't rebuild this shit. Their boxes are still standing. They just need a paint job. So to claim this whole Thanos thing, the infrastructure's gone. These people have never known war. They don't know what infrastructure even is.
Damage in the seas, I think, even in Endgame.
Yeah, it's just that in the Thanos snap, what happened to the infrastructure was just that nobody was there to polish anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like, okay, like for like people who don't know like who the villains are of the show, but they are basically like some freeloaders who took over some of the homes and like stuff that like the people who were snapped away didn't use because they were just free stuff. And they are like, well, now we don't have a home because nobody wants us back. And like, what should we do? I don't know. Let's do some terrorist stuff. Let's bomb some places.
Their agenda is essentially they want the pre-restoration time. They want the Thanos snap time back.
Yeah,
that's their goal. That's their stated main goal. That's insane.
And they're supposed to be sympathetic.
And we're supposed to be we're supposed to have sympathy for these people.
Yeah.
They want to genocide half the population. That's their utopia.
And they even like I think like the girl who is like the leader of this bunch.
Yeah.
She killed like innocent police man. Like we're just like protecting like some supplies, and they were literally not doing anything. It was just like standing guard for like the supplies. And then they are like, she's like, oh, they deserved it. We're only killing what's necessary. And like, what the hell?
Like,
and after that, like, we're still supposed to
pandering to Antifa logic. This is absolute, full, complete pandering to Antifa logic. because that's how they do think. And these terrorists in the show are full of super soldier serum that they somehow got.
Yeah.
They somehow
that's
reproduced the super.
And
Yeah.
so they're all super soldiers. And Falcon thinks this insane super soldier girl, whose perfect image of the world is what Thanos made, says, "Oh, maybe she's. I can talk to her. Maybe she's not bad at all." Like,
You know what's worse? Is like if you remember John Walker, the best character
John
in
is
the show.
I actually like John.
Yeah, I was rooting for John. He deserves the Captain America shield. He deserves it all.
Like, the show was like so desperately trying to like shit on this character, but they made it into.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they tried to like shit on this character so much. Like they tried to like show him as the villain, but he's like the best character almost in the show.
Yeah, and he makes the most sense.
Because
and
Zemo also
honestly-
makes sense.
Yeah,
He's
Zemo
the
also
most
makes a lot of sense.
principled human being.
I think
And
anyone
Zemo.
who's named Johnny Walker and comes from America deserves some respect. So
Yes.
Yeah, and
Is he-
honestly,
is-
even the scene
Johnny
where he
Walker
kills the terrorist super soldier is justified.
Yeah,
That is
it
a
is.
justified
No,
killing
definitely.
of his. Because how is he supposed to detain that guy?
That's just
Yeah,
supposed
that's
to, like he
that's
can,
a-
he can
that's a
snap his
weapon.
neck if he goes the other way.
Also,
And he
correct me
could-
if
he
I'm
could
wrong.
stab him,
Didn't the actor for U.S. Agent Edition for Cap originally back in 2011? Something?
Possible.
Maybe.
How
I
many
think
Nazis did
that's
Cap
the story
kill?
I heard.
I think a lot.
Story that was that he auditioned, but Chris Evans was the first choice anyway. So
Oh well.
No, here's a maybe philosophical question. I don't know what kind of question it is, but look, how many did Captain America, did Steve Rogers kill Nazis?
It's not just Nazis, even terrorists and like insurgents in Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Like no,
How many-
he killed
okay.
plenty, a lot,
Okay.
and he
Now-
used guns before.
Okay. Now, the follow-up question to that is: how many Nazi soldiers were convinced of the ideology, and how many were conscripted? And what is the overlap? Is the number that all conscripted Nazi soldiers, because all were conscripted, is the number of the conscripted Nazi soldiers that believed in the ideology wholeheartedly or even remotely 100%?
Isn't there like this difference between? Do you mean like the Wehrmacht soldiers as well, or only like the party members?
I'm
Yeah,
talking
that's
about
the
the
thing.
soldiers. That's the Wehrmacht. That's the army. That's the
Yeah,
people
but
who
all- but
Captain
they weren't-
America
they weren't
fought
all
against and
Nazis.
killed. So
Yeah, but they
because
weren't
my question
Nazis.
is, because what the question is, the people in the show, the terrorist super soldiers that want to Thanos the world again,
Yes.
are they completely on board with their ideology, or
I wouldn't say so,
have they
because,
just been
like,
conscripted into the cause?
Some
Against their
some
will.
of them aren't, because there was a scene I think in the last episode where like the Greta Thunberg character is like saying like something like insane, and like I think like 3 of them are like hesitant to say like we're gonna go with the plan.
Yeah, but it's really
that's
at the end
kinda, like,
when it's
questioning
yeah.
Yeah, well, the show is really poorly written. It's
Yeah.
really bad,
It's abysmal.
especially in the villain department. The villain department is so weak.
I wouldn't even say it's poorly written. I think it's intentionally written this way, because like they were believing that they are like creating like some kind of like masterpiece
Yeah.
here. I think it's just
I will
like
say
some
one
brainwashing.
thing though.
Well,
I only knew
Well,
that was
the-
done
I never
because
s-
it sounds like he's in a construction site.
He is.
really? Really? I'm trying to make no noise here. That's weird.
Dunn, I will
Sound
give
like
you
you're trying to
money
box.
to
Always
buy a
sounds like
mic.
someone
that-
is stomping around in the background.
I do love Smud. Don, I will give you money. How much money do you need? No problems. How much? How much do you need for a good mic?
I give you
I mean,
$200
okay.
just to shut
A
the hell up.
Yeti costs under 100, and that's fine enough.
What
I
would
got
you
my
guys'
blue
recommendations
snowball
for a
for
new mic
$10.
be?
What would the
Oh,
recommendations
nice.
be? I don't know. Even just like something you connect to like a 4-year-old's like guitar set would probably be better than your mic.
It really depends on what you need for your
Recommend
setup. So if you have a USB port free, that's usually a USB mic or some sort of condenser mic. So that's very focused on one sound. Like I have two condenser mics. I think it's I think it's still in the description I listed. So if you want to just click on that link to Amazon, like that's the easiest thing.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, just link there. Boom. I mean, you're technically buying something through my affiliate link, but I'm still spending money for. Like I don't care. Like just do it. I'll fit you the bill through PayPal. It don't matter to me. So don't even
Please
think.
don't rip our ears anymore.
Okay.
Go for it.
But to point out with like what Dunn and Mark were saying about the writing is, yeah, I think they thought they wrote the best piece of fiction that has ever graced human screens.
But yeah,
Oh no, human experience, as that guy said.
but like
Very
that's like,
quietly, that was
it's
that.
like I think like Wisp, me, and like half the cast probably haven't seen the show, but like for like everyone else who haven't seen, like
I
Falcon
commented
literally
on it
the
in
only
the-
thing that Falcon tells to the mayor after everything is
Who
done
better?
is that
Oh,
you
God, I-
need to do better.
That speech was so
better.
pathetic.
Oh,
You need to do better.
Mark,
Like it's just all these SJW slogans, and they're
Yeah, but
vapid
here's
and
the-
they're
here's the-
misplaced, and it's just why is this thing here? And,
Yeah, exactly.
Someone on the
thing is,
server
though,
may
I
remember when I
called
watched the
this,
show, I
though.
commented on
Yeah.
the server and raged about it, like what, and
Yes,
made
I remember that one,
screenshots
yeah.
and cut out stuff because everything in the show is so fucking stupid and badly written. And,
I called
that's on my point before.
all of this
Mhm.
though before it even started because I'd seen what had happened with like WandaVision.
I
And
didn't
it
watch
was
it
like-
because I wanted to.
Yeah, but
I watched it
was
because
one of those
it
things where-
it looked like we would be covering it on the cast, and so I thought, like, yeah, okay, it's not a lot of episodes, so let's do this. And then I was, oh my god, this is so bad.
Yeah,
It's like-
but I called everything that happened in the show before it even came out because it was so blatantly obvious what they were going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and that's
I don't even
and
want
that's
to watch
the
another
problem.
Marvel show, honestly. I
It's
just
like-
I just
it's
want
like-
to look at any of that shit anymore.
Yeah, it's like once you see the propaganda that Marvel's like regurgitating out, you're like, I've seen every single program they could ever make, because WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, they're all going down the exact same bloody shit, and it's just so
Even
it's
Hawkeye's
so
gonna be
blatantly
shit.
yeah, it's so blatantly obvious.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
just like
yeah.
comics now.
The same arguments, the same plots and the same shit is coming all the time. It's like because all it is just from one propaganda sheet, hidden under a different name. That's all it is.
The only Marvel-related
So-
content that's good to watch nowadays is like the meme videos of Bully Maguire being like mixed to like
Yeah.
any of
That's the
these
best
situations.
Marvel
Like
movies,
that's
though.
gold.
So-
That's gold.
So
Everything else is
So I
trash.
I ordered the MAONO.
Oh, the Maono,
thing for the
yeah.
description.
It comes with a arm stand, so you attach it to your desk, and little base you put the thing into. And yeah, it's a cheap mic. It's great. Does all you need. You could put it on a desk. You could put it on a whatever solid platform and move it out of your way. And it's just USB compatible. So pop it in, and it's a simple
All right,
condenser
cool.
mic. All right, take a screenshot of your bill, and send it to me, and I'll PayPal it to
Okay.
you. There you go. See, no problem.
Thank you very much.
It's all good. Yeah.
Just for its full
No,
disclosure,
no,
we are not
guns a lot.
sponsored by Mayano.
And knowing Dunn's luck, he'll get this. It'll be perfectly fine. But we'll hit a construction site 400 miles away instead of like right next to us.
Anyway, the gist of my point before, I was just trying to say that this is a small, very small terrorist organization with a limited amount of super soldiers. These people
they
will
have like
all
10,
be
I think.
convinced of what they're doing. Unlike a large, anonymous, conscripted army.
Yeah.
Why would Captain America, whether it's Steve Rogers or the new guy, be looked upon badly for killing a super soldier terrorist who, by the way, just killed his best partner?
Yeah. Okay, like the guy
in
wasn't
cold blood,
like,
by the way, in cold
directly
blood.
the person who killed him, but still, he was participating in it. Like he was also fine.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
But you need to get one down. There's a dozen of these guys or something. You need to get these. You need to thin their numbers. If you can't detain these people, which seems to be really hard, you need to take these people out as fast as possible.
Yeah. But they won't.
And you have to keep in mind, for most of the show, new Captain did not have superpowers. He just had the shield.
Yeah.
And he was able to do pretty much just as much as Steve did. Think about it.
Yeah, that
makes
is a
him
bit weird,
amazing.
but
And it's
if they have made like a show of him and the sidekick he had, like
and I like the sidekick.
If Falcon and the Winter
they were
Soldier
much better characters.
if this show would actually just turning U.S. Agent into a better Captain America, that would have been fine.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's pretty much.
Better than he was.
Whoa,
Steve.
Okay, wait. That was pretty much a good setup for explaining the show. That people who don't know it, a few problems with it. I'm sure there's some episodes which are more entertaining than others. It has a lot of flaws, as we've heard.
The last episode with the credits, that's quite entertaining.
Oh yeah, you like that?
Yes.
The best part?
Yeah, when it's all over and like you can switch off stuff. Yeah, that's
I mean,
quite
as shit
good.
as the show is, like Falcon's interest as
Fuck that
Captain
last
America is
episode
a
with
cool
its
moment.
fucking police strobe light lens flares everywhere.
Not even
Especially
that,
during Falcon's speech, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Not even that.
You're the
just
fucking
fact that
people who go on about trigger warnings all the time, and now you want to give me an aneurysm?
Yeah.
That scene was directed by J.J. Abrams.
Probably.
most likely.
Well,
He sneaked in.
considering that Patrick Wellens has a shirt that says "directed by Ryan Johnson," it only makes sense. Instead of like somebody.
Ryan Johnson in this show. Oh god.
Oh no.
Oh, imagine if Ryan Johnson did WandaVision. It's kind of already has some of his hallmarks, but imagine like if he had done that or had done.
How many episodes was WandaVision?
8.
6 or 8? Yeah.
8. Yeah, so if Ryan Johnson did it, he'd only do 4 episodes, and then the last 4 episodes would be a black screen, subverting our expectations.
Completely.
So that's how he'd do it. And for Falcon the Winter Soldier, it'd just be like 14 hours of him taking a massive dump on like some screaming fanboy's face, going, "See, this is what I think of you," and then we'd be like, "But it's my artistic integrity."
Yeah.
I don't like Ryan, so.
Yeah, at least he's not as bad as Michael Bay.
No,
the only person I can think of that's worse.
No, Michael Bay actually tries to entertain his audience. Michael Bay doesn't go, you know what, I really fucking hate my audience. I absolutely fucking can't stand them. I spit in your food.
He knows exactly who his audience is.
I disagree with that. I disagree. I strongly disagree with that. He hates the Transformers fan base. He hates. I think he hates his audience. Who else? What kind of if you don't hate your audience, why would you put Skids and Mudflap in your movies? Skids and Mudflap are horrible. Same with Sam Witwicky.
But he knows what his audience is. He entertains
Drooling simpletons.
Yes, they need movies as well.
What's his audience? The people.
He needs movies. Yeah, but the difference between him and Ryan
by that logic, Ryan.
No. Ryan Johnson doesn't do anything to entertain. He doesn't do anything to entertain anybody but himself. He just does everything to piss people off.
But trust me, Dunn, like I was with my boomer parents, and they were like saying like, "Oh, this movie is so great. This is Transformers," and I was like, "It's the same shit." And they like Michael Bay knows, like he is so smart. He can like even sell his garbage to like Europeans, like Eastern Europeans, like. And then there's China. Like okay, like he's not doing as well as he used to, but still, like, come on. If he can sell this shit, like those people, like still, it's brilliant. Like Ryan Johnson, on the other hand, like he had to like go to like an entire different movie to like continue because like so the backlash was so big.
Yeah.
I guess like it's just I'm coming off of watching Revenge of the Fallen for a stream, and I'm just like, this is. I think this is worse than TLJ. Like this, I'm having a worse experience watching this than TLJ. No. Unironically, no. I will not bet that.
I don't clear out your opinions that often,
This is not the right place or time. No.
No.
Watch Revenge of the Fallen again. It is awful. It is so bad.
Revenge of the Fallen took
But here's
place
the
in
thing.
Egypt,
I
right?
could. Yeah, but I could.
It is.
But the difference is, I could actually sit down and watch Revenge of the Fallen again. I can't watch TLJ again. There's no way that I'd ever watch that movie ever again. But I'd watch Revenge of the Fallen, which automatically makes it a bit of a better movie. I'm not calling it like Citizen Kane, but you know.
From that one aspect, I feel forced to agree.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd be interested to kind of have a debate of which is worse, TLJ or Revenge of the Fallen. I think TLJ ruins more.
I'm not saying Revenge of the Fallen is good. They're both bad. All I'm saying is I could sit down and watch Revenge of the Fallen again. Whereas in TLJ, there is no interest. No, I honestly, even the thought of watching it again repulses me. I honestly feel.
Revenge of the Fallen at least has Leonard Nimoy.
Yes.
No, that's Dark of the Moon.
Dark of the Moon.
Is it? They're all the same. It doesn't really matter, regardless of that.
No. Here's the thing.
Degrees of
it's regardless of the fact that I forgot which movie you're on about, and I have no actual memories of that Transformers movie.
I'm talking about the one with the twins, the robot twins. The Terminatrix and
I could watch that again. I could watch that again. I could pick out the flaws.
Was that the one with the old jet guy?
Yes, that's the one with the old jet guy.
Okay. I remember seeing that in the cinema, and the one thing I can tell you about it, the two parts of it do not play in the same movie. Those are different movies with different plots that contradict each other. I couldn't believe what I was watching. When the second part, when the break was over, we returned to the cinema thingy screen place and watched the second half of it. It contradicted the first half of the movie. It made no sense. That's how bad that movie was.
Yeah, here's the thing. I agree with that. It's a bad movie. All I'm saying is TLJ is one of the worst movies ever created. And it is a movie that has no rewatchability. There is no reason to rewatch that movie ever again. Revenge of the Fallen, you could possibly stomach watching again. And that automatically makes it a little bit better. I'm talking fractions.
That's the right way to put it.
Yeah, I'm talking millicentimeters.
Yeah. I would not want to rewatch either, but I probably could bear being tortured to watch Revenge of the Fallen. I could not bear being tortured rewatching TLJ.
I'd just be saying it.
I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, if you got a choice, Firing Squad or TLJ, I'm like, pass over the blindfold. I'm gonna, get shot up. So.
All right.
Really, that's interesting.
Let me put it this way. Like the only thing that I remember very clearly was like that Egyptian soldier and who was a midget, who was a fucking midget, And me and my friends were fucking laughing hysterically because he was, I don't know what the fuck he was saying. Probably Morocco.
Egyptian midget soldier. Ugh.
You mean Egyptians are midgets? What? That's destroying my image.
So
God damn it.
Part of it's like I rewatched it and I just like compiled a list of all the awful humor, like screenshots of all the awful humor, Simmons, like that was not me this time.
I don't know.
Right? That was somebody
like Simmons, but
cat in the blender or something. I don't know.
like
I feel like
Simmons,
I want to get done
shots.
a video camera just to see what the hell's going on there.
Yeah, so do I. I just want to know.
That's not me. That was not me. That was not me this time.
Dunn's like that. Listen, I may make a lot of noise. Points to all the noise outside, but that last noise was not me. That was someone else. That was one of you fuckers. Who was it?
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Understandable. Have a loud day.
Yeah.
All right.
We
Okay.
should probably get to watching this.
Let's get started. I'm gonna read some super chats and donations, and we can get going.
Mike Tester, no. Okay, we've already finished Mike Tester.
Here's Taker 610.
Move on to the next super chat.
He's Falcon in a new suit, not Captain America. All right, that's fine. It's a fair statement. He's a different character. That's fine.
He doesn't deserve the title.
Here's
The joke about this whole thing with Falcon is that the SJWs keep repeating this line of, "Oh, the most privileged people cannot even see how privileged they are." Look at Falcon. He complains about, "Oh, America's so racist, I could never be accepted as Captain America." Dude.
Oh, he
refused
mental
in the first
issues.
minute.
He has mental issues. This guy's delusional.
And not only that, there was
It's
Iron
paranoid
Patriot.
delusion.
Iron Patriot was a thing. Like the president's security guard, with basically an Iron Man suit, was a black guy. Like that's
Can't be next Captain America. He can't wear the stars and stripes.
Go be white. Go be white.
Whatever Black Panther said.
Okay. How more venerated, beloved black superheroes do you need, United States, to accept the fact that people have no problem with
All of
black
them.
people?
All of them. They need all of them to be black. Because when everyone's black, no one will be.
all right. Here is Joe Crazy. Here's me, Smud. It seems all right. Everyone else, so it's horrible then.
pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's sort of like if Smud goes, this video didn't seem that bad. Everyone else, X'd out. Anyway, we're going to be in for a roller coaster.
All
It's
right.
25 minutes. This is probably we're looking at some bad time here.
We'll get through it. I'll be really quiet. I'm not going to get angry over this because, like I said, the fact that I predicted pretty much everything that would happen in this show before it even started, it just proves that there's no creativity in these Marvel shows. They're just propaganda pieces, and that's it.
It's
and
either
everyone
that
should just
or
stop
Hawk
watching it.
directed all of this shit. That's
If I directed any of these episodes, there'd be a lot more ass and titties. Let's just be honest about that. And there
well,
would
that's
be,
true.
come on,
true.
and a lot more drinking. So both in front of and behind the camera.
They show a camera behind the camera of the actors just drinking.
It's just drinking. Go get your tits out.
Oh my
Come on, don't be shy.
I was watching. Was it Wing Commander Prophecy? They turned it into they cut all the cutscenes up on YouTube and put them together in 2 parts. And every other scene, I think I said this before, is in a bar. Everyone's drinking their ass off. It's like, what's did they like run out of sets?
What is that again? Wing Commander
Prophecy, yeah.
What is it called?
Mark
Wing
Hamill's
Commander
in it.
Prophecy.
Yeah.
I am going to watch that now.
Well, it's a game, but
I'm definitely going to watch it now.
it's a game, but
Yeah, but I watched the
YouTube. Yeah, there's it's 2 parts. It's like an hour and a half each, around there.
Oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, no. It's a FMV game, so you play as a Wing Commander and you fight in space. With Mark Hamill popping in and out of cutscenes, bunch of other no-name actors. I don't know. So
Did you just imply Mark Hamill is a no-name actor?
why? I mentioned him first, and then if I say other people like no-name actors, that implies there's
That
others.
sentence can be interpreted either way.
Oh, please.
He mentioned
That's
he
the
mentioned
joke.
nobody else. He literally Mark Hamill and others.
Yeah, I honestly don't know them. I
That's like going Star Wars starring Mark Hamill and some other people.
God, it's like starring Mark Hamill / others. That's it.
Yes, Mark Hamill and friends.
there are many other actors. I don't know who the hell they are. I couldn't tell you. That's fine. Anyway, here's Mike Testa.
If that's a game when they're in a bar quite a bit, I'll watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all alien booze. They have no idea what they're drinking. It's like they're just getting smashed.
This is green.
It's not too far. Yeah, it's pretty close. Here's Mike Testa. My eyes are dilated. Dilated. Should I sit this one out, Smud? What the hell did you do, Mike? Are you?
Your eyes are dilated. What are you?
Yeah.
Is that like being delayed? Buffer?
I don't know. I'm kind of worried.
Since
Mike
there are
Testa,
potentially flashy scenes that might be shown, I would say yes, sit it out.
Or just close your eyes.
But if you
Imagine
close
something
your
else.
eyes.
Why did you have that? Why did you have that earworm too?
I don't. Maybe.
All right. Here is Tyler
No,
Preston.
Mike has to do what you do anyway. So whatever.
Mike will be Mike. We can't control him. It's fine. Here's Tyler Preston. The storyline about Isaiah Bradley is completely stupid because the character only exists in order to say, see how racist and bad America is. The U.S. government would have celebrated that they've replicated the super soldier serum. Yeah, that would be a big deal.
Yeah.
We could make Captain America's again.
Yep, the character solely exists to be completely what's the word? Partisan, blinded. He's just he ignores every positive aspect about America.
Here's the thing.
He deliberately looks for everything that supports his view of America racist.
The bigger issue is that like we never know who actually did this to him. So if Falcon said, "Oh, did Shield do this to you?" He could have said like, "Yeah, we had Hydra. Hydra infiltrated Shield." So like, if it was Hydra, then Isaiah's whole claim just fucking falls flat. But we never know who did it.
That too, and like the fact that Steve Rogers apparently never cared enough to tell about this to everyone else. That like, hey, we have like a ex-super soldier here, and like nobody cares about this apparently.
Did Steve Rogers know about him?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't. Wait, Steve Rogers?
I want to summon like Kevin Echo, but it is.
It's ridiculous.
Or
it's just ridiculous. Oh, I hate that word already. I really hate that word.
It's baffling. It's ludicrous.
Baffling.
It's absurd.
Yeah, that too.
It's pretty fucking bollocks, mate.
Yeah. Like the whole when I listened to Isaiah's fucking story, I was like, okay, so like nothing implies race; it implies illegal experimentation. So like if this is illegal experimentation, they're not gonna reveal you because they're gonna reveal that the violated human rights, not because he's black. So I'm just like, why is he turning this into? Well, they're never gonna make.
Also, they locked him up for the same thing that like Steve did. Like he went in and saved his squad.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah,
that too.
Did the writers watch the movies before this? Like, probably
No.
No, they don't care.
All right.
I think the only thing that really frustrated me was like John Walker because I actually liked him, and Bucky because I liked Bucky, and then they
until they made him a moron.
Oh god, he turned so fucking petty and
Yep.
childish.
Yeah.
It actually hurt. Like,
Yeah.
not because you have the
Falcon
shield
Winter
with Captain America. It's like, what the fuck, Bucky? Like,
All right, let's keep going.
yeah, I'll probably be all. Yeah, let's go.
All right, here's Mike Testa again. Got my eyes checked, and I can't see up close. Oh, okay, so that's you got some mydriatic drops in his eyes. That happens a lot whenever you go to the eye doctor.
Oh, right, okay.
That makes a lot more sense. Thank you, Michael. Okay, you're doing fine. Just take a nap. You'll wake up. You'll feel better. The Mechanist.
Yeah. If one side of your face goes funny, it's a stroke. So.
I think so long as they weren't using what were the old medicines they used for women to make them. Women thought this made them look more pretty. They put drops in their eyes, but it was like
Alcohol?
Cocaine.
Sorry.
Alcohol?
No.
Radium?
There's
It was
yeah. There's yeah.
it was like death root or something like
They use a
that.
lot.
It was a certain-
They use a lot of lead back in the day.
Yeah. I can't remember, but it was poisonous. They stopped using it. But anyway.
Well, they used to give
Lead
lead,
is
to
poisonous.
kids and stuff. So yeah.
Anyway.
Cocaine, heroin,
No, it wasn't anything like that.
Carvitine.
I don't know.
Don't worry.
Arsenic.
Just a random
Was
trivia
it was
thing I forgot.
arsenic.
No,
in Tudor
they did
Tudor
not
Britain,
put arsenic in their
actually.
eyeballs.
Yeah,
No,
they yeah, they did.
talking
They
about?
used to put arsenic in makeup.
Eyeballs.
I'm sure they put arsenic in like makeup at one point.
Okay,
That goes near eyes.
Thank
Into
you.
their eyes?
that's
What,
nice.
injected with a syringe into their eyeballs?
Yeah.
Oh
No,
god.
no. They used to be like arsenic in makeup and stuff.
Oh, okay. Anyway, never mind. Here's the Mechanist. Finally, June is over, and we get less pandering from companies and YouTubers. Sadly, I lost a lot of entertainment and hobbies last month. Oh, that's too bad. What happened last month? You just sort of
I'm
got
sorry to hear that.
tired of all? You didn't find anything interesting to read or watch?
Oh man, I've seen even worse flags of this rainbow crap now. There's even less rainbow on it and even more shit.
Oh,
Like the rainbow's been reduced
the
to
thing.
50% of the rainbow flag at this point. What the fuck is happening?
Well, you're in luck. I just barely put on another book last week, so you have that to look forward to.
Oh yeah.
They've become self-aware. They're turning themselves into shit.
Yeah.
Dunn, have you gone bowling? Are you next to
I still
bowling?
think I still think it sounds like ping pong.
Oh, that's just me typing. I'm sorry.
Well, Dunn, can you possibly not
No.
type by
Like ping
using
pong?
all the force in your arm onto one key?
No, it's way too rhythmic for typing.
Dunn
That's
is
not
really
typing.
fucking ripped.
All he's putting is like the word
no.
repeatedly.
Oh my god.
It's
All
like I keep expecting to look over at like my glass of water and see it like shake, like it's like a Jurassic Park. Every time Dunn just like types.
All right, we
Mom,
can
an
start.
earthquake is coming. It's just done.
We can start, guys. Finally.
No,
Just seeing Dunn swallow a goat whole.
What?
Oh my god.
Anyway,
I'm saying
Not
Dunn's
what.
T-Rex.
What
from
are we
Jurassic
doing
Park.
here?
let's go. Let's finally start.
Yes.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier boldly flies far above most of the content Marvel has produced to date. It does so not in its action, which is on a far smaller scale than even Spider-Man movies, nor in its plot, which ultimately boils down to just another bad guy wanting to kill some hostages. No, where Falcon and the Winter Soldier excels is in how it uses its theme and characters to tackle political...
It's
Right,
Phoenix
I saw-
Retard.
Shit.
I'm out. He said theme again, and I'm just out.
That was his
Nothing.
first phrase.
I fucking knew it.
Just this is.
Talk-
its theme.
We already
Oh my
talked
God.
about this. The theme is brought up in the most retarded, contrived way that doesn't reflect reality, and doesn't reflect reality in the MCU. And
Yeah.
because on top of all of that, the whole point of the fucking Marvel universe, way Stan Lee came up with it with his co-workers, is people work the fuck together and overcome these things. And at the time in the MCU that we got the whole Thanos thing past us, we have overcome all of this bullshit. I mean, the whole Thanos thing, as it's depicted in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, is that apparently, through some magical means, all the nations came together and got rid of their borders or some bullshit, which I would not believe for a second. Even if there is a Thanos event happening, something like radical Islam would not go away. Rather would feel emboldened.
Especially in this universe, because you can see it's the exact same problem that we have in the real world. Because Tony Stark in the first Iron Man movie was fighting against them.
Yeah, but
also,
that aside,
didn't Tony Stark single-handedly take down terrorism in the Middle East? At least he took down the Nine Rings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't that just one group though?
It was just one group, but he did say, "I have successfully privatized world peace through the fact that he can just shoot himself to anywhere in the world, take him down, and then come back and be in time. I'm to shag Pepper Potts."
Yeah, basically what Superman could do. Thing is, what the world that Falcon and the Winter Soldier paints is that everybody, all the nations, which also means all the races, all the cultures, are now hunky-dory with each other. Why would anyone in that setting have a problem with Black Captain America? Why?
Because he's
not
black.
Serious, you are contradicting yourself. This man, this Falcon, he is delusional. He is in the very first episode. He does his hero shit with his jetpack wing thing.
Yeah,
doing absolutely amazing, insane stuff. And then he has an inferiority complex where he thinks he can't amount to anything and isn't worthy of anything. Like, what the fuck is this? Who wrote this shit? This series is drunk.
Also,
go ahead.
Also, the part where like he goes in for a bank loan and the guy says, "No, we can't support it. We're sorry, your financials don't exist." Dude, he's a military contractor. He makes bank.
Yeah.
He makes a lot
He
of
worked
money.
for Tony Stark. He worked for the Avengers. He will have some money, for fuck's sake.
That's the other thing. Like,
He can't be broke.
Never in the
He's working
story,
for the
like, he
American-
went to Pepper Potts to have some money from. He was just like,
He works.
Yeah.
He
You have
works
any
for
idea
the
what this fucking
American
equipment
military in
costs?
the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
He works at the he's working for the American military at the
He's
start.
working for free, you see. He's working for America.
Because he's black, he works for free because of slavery.
Oh.
Yes.
And that's the themes, the thematic themes of this theme. Fucking hate that
Ridiculous.
So he's one of the
And-
best,
and I hate everybody
best,
who ever said that.
most top soldiers of the United States, and he's broke.
We're supposed to believe that, like, he doesn't have enough money from all that gig that he's doing for the U.S. Army.
That he can't buy paint for a boat.
Fix a fucking boat.
Yeah. He can't afford paint for a boat, but
Nor
he can
can-
have his super wings.
Oh, and let's not even talk about the sister. Oh God, like the sister is like, what happened there?
Hated her.
Oh, that's
It's like I was dead, bitch.
obnoxious.
You left us.
And that's just that's
Sorry, I was trying to
amazing.
save you.
There's this amazing scene. Oh god. I don't know how far I would need to scroll up on the Discord for that. But there's this amazing scene in the kitchen of hers, and Falcon, while his sister is talking about the bank, and he replies at some point, "We don't trust those folks." And from the context, it sounds like either he's trying to talk about white people, or when you look at the bankers, of course, they're Jews. So either way, Either way, Falcon is making a racist generalization about either white people or Jews in that scene. It's I was baffled. And I showed it to my token friends, and they all were, what the fuck did he just say? That is not, I can't watch this. It was brilliant. Brilliantly insane.
Here is the mechanist again. I don't give money to people who hate me, especially Lego? EXP?
Especially.
What does Lego have to do with it?
It's especially with an S, like espresso.
Okay. Having an EXP makes me confused. Is that a word? Is it a short form? I don't know. Here's Mike testing.
No, it's just a typo. It's just wrong.
Didn't they erase Obama for this show to work? What?
Well, I suppose you would have to. The whole Obama was president thing for 2 terms in a row kind of fucks with this whole narrative of America racist.
Well, that's because it's...
Wait, when was Iron Man 3?
2004.
Well,
A bad movie.
Well, the
It
thing
was,
is, though,
but it had a white presence, and like...
yeah, but the thing you have to remember is the reason why all this stuff is coming up is I've actually been looking up with it. Was it the critical race theory? And the reason why all this is happening is because critical race theory was brought up, brought in to combat the idea of colour blindness, whereas there is no. It doesn't matter about what your colour is. So the people who brought back critical race theory and brought all this up are doing so because they want to cause anger in the black community and black and brown communities against white people. So so this idea that it's actually anything to do with actual equality or stuff like that is bullshit. It's literally because they went, everyone's sort of like getting rid of racism, so we're going to bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So this idea that you can bring up Obama as president means nothing because they don't think of Obama as being president means anything. They see Obama as president as a bad thing because it proves that there's no racism, whereas they just want racism. So they'll just disregard that. Obama was never president. It's always been white people. In fact, it's always been an orange bloke. So that's it. So. Yeah, the argument of so this is where we have to come. This is the problem. We try and look at them like maybe they are trying to get equality, but they're going through an insane way. But in reality, they're not. And everything they do is just stir up tensions to cause division because they just want division between people. Because
yes, the reason they want division between people is because from the chaos they can rise and take over power.
Yeah, but
that is
even
the point of subversive communist tactics, and this is one of them. This is a psyop.
There was actually Sargon did a really good video, actually involving the handbook of critical race theory, the new one that has been written, and. He reads directly, he's not making stuff up. He reads directly from the words that are in the book, and it's a real good watch if you actually want to know what these people actually truly believe in. And it's nothing but in the 90s and early 2000s, we saw that society had moved towards a colourblind style of living where race no longer mattered. And we realised that was bad in trying to cause divisions between people. So critical race theory was brought in to create a division. So,
yeah.
It's
And
a very,
because they needed
effective method.
Yeah, because the solved problem of the left is something they can't make votes about anymore. Politicians, even if we exclude all this communist agenda bullshit thing, politicians do not want to solve long-term problems because then there's no problem anymore to get votes for.
Yeah.
That alone is a reason to bring it back.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I found a clip in the backlog of Falcon. Posted it in the Discord group.
All right.
Anyway, I think we can continue with the video.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no longer interested in what he has to say because he's just gone down the usual route of the themes, and I'm just like, right, okay.
My theme.
Okay, here's White Knight Leo. I love that this show assassinates Tony Stark by having him not fund Falcon's family after he got snapped, despite him paying for everything else. Oh, God. You forgot about Falcon the entire time.
Frustrating.
Nice. All right. 30 seconds in. We're doing well.
Also, like, doesn't he have saving?
What's that, Dunn?
Doesn't he have saving? Also, he should have savings.
Yeah.
No, he
like-
spent all his money on booze.
Yeah.
Like
And
would-
Oreo.
Look,
That's if it
on
was
booze and hookers, I
directed by
guess.
Hawk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Booze and hookers, great.
And Oreos
That's a
and coconuts.
fun image.
Yeah, it's great.
All right.
Got them on booze and hookers. I can't really. Anyway.
Or maybe like something happened to their savings, like what happened with the Nazi gold, like it just disappeared. Maybe like that was like the last thing that Thanos did. I'm gonna fuck over your economy. Like,
Thanos snaps the universe. Switzerland sweats nervously.
like no joke. Like the first scene where you see like the flag smashers operating is like Switzerland. So, Hawk, you're correct.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Supposedly, like Switzerland is like some kind of shithole where like they're gonna like break it all apart because of oppression.
Oh
Yeah,
right, yeah.
Starting in Switzerland makes 0 sense.
The cheese is behind all of this.
Oh, it's way too nice in Switzerland. We need to do something nasty to it.
Yeah. Was ist los?
All right. Let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
That are deeply relevant to our worlds today. In tackling such issues, it does something no other Marvel property, except Black Panther, has done before, but through the lens of a
What?
Oh, okay. Seriously, this guy is
Is this
not
a
doing
parody?
very well.
Well, he did at least confine it to Marvel property. That's a start.
We are literally just getting into it's got black people on screen territory of stuff.
So what? It's either blaxploitation or it's Marvel is amazing by doing a racist stereotype movie about black people going ooga ooga. Then it's amazing.
Monkey.
That's what Black Panther was.
Yeah, well, considering they actually do literally have M'Baku and the ape tribe literally making ape noises at the white dude.
They howl like
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
That one.
super high tech, magical black Africans going ooga ooga.
magical Negroes going ooga booga ooga booga. So,
Like,
I
it's
don't
like
care
and these people cheer it as, oh, this is so progressive. It's totally not racist. Whoa.
white racists cheer and say it's progressive. That's the difference.
So insulted that like he didn't mention like Piri Widstraw or like other like actually good blaxploitation movies.
Yeah.
Instead, that's
Or
that's
The
garbage.
Hate You Give. Or something like The
Dynamite.
Hate You Give, or
I'd say
it?
What about Blackula? That was a good movie.
Or 12 Years a Slave. Or 12 Years a Slave. Or 12 Years a Slave. Is it?
You know-
Does that not exist?
No, those
What about
oddly
what about
called
Dr.
blaxploitation
Blackenstein?
movies. They can at least be fun, but Black Panther was not fun. It was just stupid.
Was
Yeah, like
Texture
watch,
Pack.
Yeah, Black Panther.
watch the blaxploitation copies of like Hammer Horror. They're hilarious. They're great, wonderful.
Oh no.
The Invisible Black. Blackenstein, Blackula.
And we need to watch Nigerian cinema. It's amazing.
Surprisingly, Blaxploitation never did a remake of Creature from the Black Lagoon, which would have been quite interesting.
Yeah, but here's a clip from a Nigerian movie. It's great.
Are you running?
Why are you running?
This is amazing. It's so great.
We should probably keep going. We're only like a minute into this video.
I know. The major problem is he's gone from the themes to Black Panther's something with talking about stuff. When in reality, Black Panther doesn't. Black Panther says nothing apart from oogly boogly. We're black people. Unga bunga. Aren't white people bad?
The only reason he and the other ideologues believe that Black Panther is somehow an amazing movie, progressive and all, and not racist, is because other ideologues have said it. They would never think that had they not been told that this is a great movie for the cause.
Also, Black Panther is arguing that isolationism is good because without isolationism, Killmonger would never have come to Wakanda.
Yeah.
Wakanda because his dad got seduced by a left-wing crazy woman.
Yeah, objectively speaking, if the ideology was consistent, they would need to hate Black Panther, the movie, because it stands against everything they allegedly believe in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, on with the video.
Alright.
Of a 6-hour miniseries, it's able to commit a lot more of its running time to these issues than if it were yet another 2-hour-long movie. And the thing is, it doesn't excel just because it is a political series. Rather, the way it tackles political issues means that it gives both the viewer and its characters a chance to reflect on the worlds they live in, the errors of the past, and how we can move forward. The way it does so is through the power of symbolism.
Symbolism. Okay.
It should already. Falcon should be past this.
In using
for years.
Captain America's shield as a symbol to represent America, the show tackles head first the weight that such a symbol would carry. Through its two primary wielders in the series, we are shown two very different interpretations of what America means. And neither interpretation is free from a legacy built on violence and oppression. There is no changing the past.
So what country does show that?
Forward is what truly matters. And it's that ideological
so this is built on a faulty
premise.
premise.
In The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. In having a message and exploring it well through the lens of symbolism,
it's just
the series pushed
dogma.
the boundaries.
Here's the problem. Well, here's the problem. Captain America is not synonymous with America. Like, you can make the argument that America is built on a legacy of blood and oppression due to, like, what's happened with the Native Americans, what's happened with the American Indians. However, Captain America is a World War II icon. He is not associated with anything related to that. The super soldier serum could, yes, but there's nothing else that is associated with it that related to Captain America. Like when Sam says the legacy of that shield, the shield is complicated, that is such an asinine line because that shield is just associated with punching Nazis.
Yeah.
That is
the history of that shield is ultra simple. It's not complicated at all. It's not controversial at all. And what he, as well as the rest of the ideologues, do not understand is the difference between patriotism and nationalism. Captain America, if anything, is a patriot, and it's a patriotic symbol. It stands for the values, the positive values of the United States, not the nation as is, in whichever state of decay it is. It stands for the virtues that build it into something better and that always have built it into something better.
That's the entire
The
point
ideologues
of Captain
refuse
America, the Winter
to
Soldier.
see the actual progress into something good, because then they can't complain about anything. If they would actually do that.
Like that's the entire point of Captain
it's,
America, the Winter Soldier, where like Shield is doing something that is unethical and he doesn't agree with it, and that's the whole point.
Mm-hmm.
It's not part of his values. Even though Winter Soldier has issues of itself, it's much more tolerable than any of this shit that we've recently got.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Here is.
This is a problem with a lot of the progressives. It's their idea that because there's flaws in how a nation was created and everything like that, it means it must be torn down, because the nation that they think they'll create is flawless, when it's quite obvious then it's not. Nothing
It will be absolute
flawless.
hell, because every time these types of ideologues do that, they actually do build a nation, it turns into the worst hellhole on the planet. And I think that the insurrection zones in the United States have just proven that.
Yeah.
Again, this is nothing new. They've done this in Germany again since the 80s.
All those insurrection zones collapsed the minute privileged cunts, dads, stopped their credit cards.
Yeah, or hobo guy came around and stole all the food.
Yeah, but once they had no money from their parents who were capitalists, the entire thing's collapsed, because none of them knew how to do anything. So yeah, the
communism can only ever survive through parasitism.
Yeah,
it always needs a value source from the outside, because it never creates any value inside.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly.
Tyler Preston, this has me scared to death about the possible inclusions of the Fantastic Four into the MCU. Fantastic Four are more of a family than superheroes, and we all know how the far left hates the family unit, especially fathers. Oh my, I haven't even thought about that, because the movies themselves weren't very attractive.
No.
And the reboot, because there was the original.
Fantastic was amazing. What you're on about? It was great.
Oh, yeah.
Storytelling.
If the SJWs if they ever actually read Fantastic Four and the lines of Reed Richards, they might actually have heads exploding.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
I do know
I think it was on LiteratureDevil
stream
where it was coined the Reed pill.
Based on
I think honestly, the Fantastic Four movies with Tim Story, tell me are really are kind of funny bad, but Fantastic is just devoid of merit.
It's not even competent. It's not even competent on a filmmaking level either. It's just so bad.
Yeah.
It is literally like somebody who has never seen how a film is made was asked to make a film, and they had to explain what a camera was to them 5 minutes before the first scene was filmed. It's really bad.
Yep. All right. Well,
anyway,
one more donation.
As long as they put the camera on the tripod, I'm happy, because I'm sick of handshaky cam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No GoPro for Wisp, I guess. All right. Here's
GoPros at least have stabilizers.
No, they don't. That's a rig. That's a rig that you put on the GoPro on top. A GoPro is a tiny little box. It's a very, very cute little thing.
Oh, there's different versions of GoPros. I thought there's some that have stabilizers for the image they record.
That would require
post processing thing that the GoPro itself does.
Yeah, it would have to have a whole suite to hook up to your waist with a gyroscope so it could swivel. But anyway, don't worry about it. Francis Ford Coppola, thanks for the donation. Weird, Carly is framed as being in the right when she wants property that wasn't originally hers returned and not given to the people who originally had it. Guys, Carly is a colonialist? Why does the left think she's a good person?
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting.
You mean
and the Dora Milaje.
Carly, you mean?
The Dora Milaje.
That name is so fucking dumb, by the way.
Really?
I don't know
Well,
if that's from another Germanic country, but in Germany I've never come across the name Carly for a girl. It's like, I don't know, maybe that's something in Switzerland or Austria, I don't know, but it's not a thing in Germany. And her last name, Morgenthau, that's a Jewish name.
Yeah.
Jew.
Jewish conspiracy to take over the world? What?
Because it means, it means morning dew, and that's those kinds of names were the names of Jewish families. They were named after places, after
Yes.
Wait, are you trying to tell me that not all Jews were just called Goldstein and Junos? That's something new to me.
Or Newman.
Big Honker.
Man. Yeah.
Man.
Gold Stealer. Gold Digger.
Yeah, but I'm just very
Dweller.
surprised that I went for this. It's like,
Yeah.
why? What are you doing here?
Listen,
If everything,
as long as
because everything these people do allegedly has a political meaning. So what's the meaning of this?
As long as it's got like Stein or Gutenhagen or something like that in it, it
What the fuck are you talking
German.
about?
It sounds Germany enough. For surnames, I'm just saying, as long as it sounds like a German person sneezing, they'll assume it's a surname in Germany. So.
Podros Stein?
Yeah. It's like everyone thinks
Stein?
everyone thinks there's loads of Joneses and Smiths in the UK, but it's not the case.
Hallo,
But
mein Name
Jones-
ist Karl Wiener Schnitzel.
Fuck.
Ja, ich bin einen Karl Schnitzelwitschel. I don't know. They're just weird.
Yeah.
They're just weird. Like California kids who don't know anything about the world, writing stuff.
Okay.
Imagine Keanu Reeves writing Marvel stuff, and then you get an idea of what we're dealing with.
Ken Kaneki in the chat said it's Carly because they race swapped the original character Flag Smasher, Karl Morgenthau. They gender swapped the character and then made his villain alias the entire group. Okay, then, but why did they then call her Carly and not Carla?
Yeah.
Well,
Because Carla is an actual female name. Carly is not.
Well, how's it spelled?
Target.
C-A-R-L-I?
Well, Carly.
Or
Yes.
C-A-L-I?
I would disagree with that. Like, Carly is a girl name. Well, Carly is a female name.
It's not
Carly
a
is a
real
female
name,
name.
as far as I
An
know.
actual. Yes, sir.
Carly.
There's a show called iCarly. There's. Well, Carly, yeah, like there's an actual show called
in
iCarly.
English, yes, but like she's supposedly like German.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in a minute. But also, you are going to bring up the Nickelodeon show iCarly as your defense, son. We don't do that here.
Carly Rae Jepsen. Carly Rae Jepsen.
I didn't hear a single word of that. You roboted, Dunn.
So, okay, I'm just to make sure. I'm just
There's also Carly Rae Jepsen.
I'm just looking up. I'm just looking up on backgrounds of the name what I can find, and all I can find is that so far that Carly is an English female diminutive of the name Karl, not a German one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This makes no sense. The character they made makes no sense.
Yeah, I understand what Wish is saying. It is.
Yeah.
German people
also
would
the
name
name
what if the
apparently
character is
English
mixed?
stuff.
What if the character is mixed? Whoa.
Apparently she's Jewish anyway, but that doesn't help with the English name.
Whoa.
Apparently the one side claims that the name Carly means is derived from the word Karal, which means the man or the husband. So it's a really stupid thing, your girl.
Yeah.
That is true.
Another stupid thing for this show, so I'm going to call my girl the husband. This is my daughter, the husband, and here's my wife, the son. This family's weird. Anyway,
Pride Month is already
going now,
over, Hawk.
I'm going now, Mr. Fritzl.
I don't fucking. This shit makes no sense.
Anyway, I think we
Alright,
can continue.
let's keep going.
Of what was under corporate storytelling to the very limit. And it's probably because of Disney that it wasn't.
No. This is not pushing storytelling to the limit. I am sorry, my friend. This is. You cannot say the Falcon the Winter Soldier pushes storytelling.
If this is pushing storytelling to its limit, then I feel like the room is indeed new Citizen Kane.
You could literally say Freddy Got Fingered is like the greatest comic that's ever existed.
Yeah. Or
Dunn, you're roboting. Dunn, you are Terminator 2ing your mic. What's happening?
I think Dunn stole Liddav's internet.
Oh no.
Dunn.
Damn.
No, because Dunn has usually got a good point, and now I can't hear it.
Yeah, now it's better. Now it's better.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Okay.
The last thing I
So,
go on.
or like, let me see. What's a really bad movie? That's
What's a
like
really
kind
bad
of universally held as. That's got.
BLJ?
Well, what's a universal? Well, no, a universally held bad movie. Like a bad movie that kind of unites both sides of the aisle.
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
No, Plan 9
Plan 9 for Outer Space
has its charms. It has its charms, especially after Edward now.
That is true.
But those are
Crimes of Grindelwald.
Crimes
of Grindelwald. So by this logic, Crimes of Grindelwald, because it has no structure, is a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, that's actually something. Do you know the worst thing that could possibly happen is going to happen to me soon, when restrictions get lifted? My girlfriend's taking me to Harry Potter World. Yeah.
What?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. No.
So all her supportiveness was just bait after all.
She went, you like Harry Potter? And I said, no, it's the worst thing that's ever been created and I wish it would all be destroyed. And she went, oh, right, well, we're going to Harry Potter World in like September. I'm like, oh, cool, great. I'm not going to be happy going there. I'm literally going to be, because we're going to take loads of pictures because I'm going to be frowning in all of them.
Oh, thank you. I hate it.
Like, the movies and the books are not terribly good.
Well, they're terrible. You don't have to add anything else. It's terrible. They're all terrible. They are terrible. They are terrible movies and they're terrible books.
The horrible Harry Potter
they
movies I had
why
to
are they
watch
terrible
were despicably bad. That was the one I don't know which of them it was. I think it was the TD romance bullshit one. And that was
Fire?
I don't know. The one that was the most full of that. And
Fire,
my God, that thing was, from a writing standpoint, that was on a level with Revenge of the Fallen.
But,
anyway, Harry Potter sucks, so can we move on?
At least it didn't have. I am really low.
I have no idea what you're saying.
I do enjoy.
He's a robot.
Dunn, reignite your arcane matrix to recalibrate the communication spell.
Let me switch the servers, okay?
Hong Kong.
I'll
Singapore.
try US East. Here we go.
Oh no.
Okay, how we doing? Done?
Looking better? Yeah. Hey.
Good.
Yeah.
All good.
At least, like it also doesn't have a shot of John Turturro's underwear-clad butt and then underwear-clad cod piece.
Wait, hold on. Is that
I don't get it. That's just details. It's just minutia. The writing of that movie was just as bad as Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah,
let's just all admit that Harry Potter and let's get back onto the topic. I just thought I'd just say that my girlfriend says we're going to Harry Potter World and I'm just like, great.
Team stuff.
All right.
You know we can't not rant about it.
It's just the fact that Crimes of Grindelwald just reminded me of like there is a Harry Potter franchise beyond the bloody movies. The original series. I'm like, oh great.
Anyway, just to end my previous joke
Previous
thing,
run.
horror. The last thing I found, and then I closed this topic for myself, is the last reference for the name Carly is I found it's a Turkish first name for boys.
Oh yeah, that is true. That is true.
Cool.
What Marvel writers? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Well, we haven't got
Everything?
the time for that wish.
It's a rhetorical question.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
It wasn't allowed to explore many of the issues it raises in too much depth.
The desire to become a superhuman cannot be separated from supremacist ideals.
So it chose a broader approach, using the symbol of two competing Captain Americas to explore a wide variety of political issues. It briefly bubbles them to the surface, allowing just enough time for the viewer to consider the meaning, and then someone has to punch someone else. This is a superhero show, after all. But what are these two takes on America? What does the shield represent, and how does it change based on who is carrying it?
It doesn't change. It doesn't matter for them or whatever.
The series uses the character of John Walker to make a point from the very start. When Sam hands in Cap's shield, he is told by an unnamed U.S. senator,
"Thanks again for coming forward."
I'm gonna love this.
It was the right decision.
Anybody here?
but it doesn't take long for that very same senator to then hand the shield.
Dunn, are you okay?
Dunn, are you okay? Dunn,
Yeah,
what are
I'm
you
okay.
doing?
My internet briefly died. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, your internet briefly died.
Yeah, but you're in a wind tunnel.
Yeah.
Not too loud.
That must be the air conditioning. I think that's just the air conditioning that's going on.
Yeah. Do you have I don't know what it's called in.
And then the natural wind. You were about to say that's just the natural wind, weren't you?
I don't know what these things are called in English. You have one of these mufflers on your microphone that keeps the wind noise out.
Pop filter.
Does Dunn have one of those? If he had, he doesn't even know what mute is. So you know.
Oh, I didn't know what mute is.
I don't know. Throw a T-shirt over your microphone.
I
can turn down my output volume. I suppose.
Make your own pop.
Why would you ever throw a T-shirt?
Just something to catch the wind.
Is this a little bit better?
Yes.
I just turned on my input
Yes,
volume.
That is better,
good.
Yeah, that's
Now,
alright.
now we can hear you.
All right.
Yeah, because otherwise we can't hear your point. So,
Okay.
anyway,
Cool.
what were you going to say?
Yeah, now it's just a ping pong hammer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think. Well, maybe it's just the mic. Something about the mic and the camera I have.
Yeah, done.
I was thinking.
Just rewatch the stream afterwards and just listen to what your mic is actually producing here.
Yeah.
Okay. That's weird. I don't understand it. But I think, at least like I don't really like Harry Potter very much, but I will go to bat and say that like it's not as bad as Transformers 2 because.
Wait, we were
past that.
We're beyond that.
Done.
That was the last.
Done.
That was the last thing I heard before I died. That's the last thing I heard before my internet died.
That was 15 minutes ago. That was 15 minutes ago, Dunn. We've moved on.
On my gravestone. Harry Potter. It's not so bad.
Yeah, let's keep going.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shield,
Yeah,
a
let's
white
keep going,
man
sorry.
with blonde hair and blue eyes, presenting him to the world as the government-approved version of Captain America.
Well, what's your problem with blonde hair and blue eyes? Are you racist?
So, the government approved Captain America was Captain America.
Yeah, and the other thing
Also,
is Steve wasn't even blonde. Steve wasn't even blonde. What's his idea here?
Yeah, I know, but Dunn, are you eating now?
Also, no, I'm not eating. I'm not eating
Who's
anything.
eating?
I haven't eaten
Who's
anything
eating?
all day.
Because somebody went into it. I heard
I
someone
think
open
it's
a
just
packet.
Kisme Mike stuff.
Yeah, that was me. That was me.
That was you?
Yes.
Hell.
Okay.
God,
So-
professionalism.
So,
Eat before you're on stream. I know it could be 3 hours, but you will survive. You won't starve to death.
Don't stop again.
So, also neat point about the university. Apparently, it's an all-black university, and I assumed that was a subtle thing that, like, well, no, like if you look at the people there, it's like one of the famous like African American schools, those or something like that, and like it's like I think somebody else pointed it out. It was somebody who liked the show. They pointed out that like, oh, it's like John Walker is taking what should have been Sam's as his part of his PR trip. And it's just, I was like, oh, I hate you.
That's horrible bullshit. Because it isn't Sam's anymore because he gave it away. He rescinded the shield. That's not his.
And that's honestly how it should have been.
Him taking the shield back is stealing something that he gave away out of his own volition, that he rejected even. It's not even that he gave it away, he rejected it. He wanted it gone.
Yeah,
I
didn't even want to talk
did
about
he
it.
expect? Did he expect that like such an item would be just sitting in a museum?
Yeah, and what actually, if you look at this movie without any political prejudice, what you see is that Sam then gets jealous of someone else being up to the task to actually wield it, and he doesn't even have superpowers, but he has the courage to do it, and he didn't. That's what pisses him off.
That's why this would have been
Pissed
so
at
much better.
himself, at his own fucking incompetence.
It's not only that, like, there's a characteristic that John Walker has, like, fucking humility the entire show. He's humble as hell. Like, every time, like,
Which is a defining trait of Captain America in general.
Yeah.
Like when he mentions, like, when he has to mention like what kind of like deeds he has done as a soldier, like it's exactly the kind of material that you need for like a Captain America, and like Sam rejected it, and then like someone who is like probably like the most capable from the U.S. Army has took for the title itself, and and then like he gets shit for it, and like I think like Bucky like asked him like, did you ever jump on a grenade, and like
and
he
he
said
did
like he did
times.
like 4 times.
But
Yeah,
he says
and Walker
then
was
they are like
He's also,
ignoring
like-
him, and like
Yeah,
they
and
are,
what-
like, publicly just like show it to him that like they just don't care, and like he should be ashamed for like even taking the thing. Like, oh, what the hell?
Again, this show
And
would have
Walker was in doubt. He was questioning whether he should take the serum that he had access to or not. He was confining in his friend about that.
Yeah.
He wasn't too direct about it because he didn't want to reveal that he had this stuff, but he went over the hypothetical idea, which also makes it more makes his friend give a more genuine answer, because he's not tempted by the actual thing being there, and even then, Walker had to be driven to the utmost brink by the show to actually go bonkers. Like he was pissed on, he was shat on the entire time by Falcon.
Even when Falcon, like, the funny thing is, Falcon wants to talk to Carly, like, let me talk to her. But when fucking John Walker, who lost his friend, who recently just lost his friend, and John Walker immediately tells him, like, hey, you guys seem hurt, you should see a medic. The absolute fucking Chad that he is. Tells him, like, no, you guys are hurt, you should see a medic. And Sam's like, no, give me the shield. And when Walker's like, no, you guys don't want to do this, Bucky's like, fuck you, we do. And fucking hell, dude.
Again,
and yeah, that's not bonkers. That's like Walker's like, what the fuck, guys? Why are you making me do this?
Again, if this show had been actually like, instead of Falcon becoming the captain and like actually him training Walker instead, this would have been a completely different show. And we would still have a legitimate Captain America, because up until that point, John Walker would have definitely been a pretty damn good successor to Steve.
Yeah,
Except
the problem
Already a successor.
But the problem is that
All the way
like
to the
Bucky,
end.
both
Like,
Bucky and Falcon.
in terms of everything that made Steve who he is, and it's like he would have earned it.
Yeah.
Instead of just being given it.
The problem is that like both the Falcon and the Winter Soldier are just like damaged characters thanks to the show, so like they can't really took on a mentor role to take that kind of like place, and because of that, like they can't even learn. Like I feel like even like the first time they meet together, like John Walker and like everyone else, it's just John is like a much more charismatic character than both of them. And those guys had like I don't know how many movies to like have like a fan base around them. And like this newcomer comes in and like he's like I cared way more about him and rooted for him. And then like he gets shelled.
What pissed me off too is that
it's a great example of this show is a great example of how SJW influence in writing ruins shit. Because the alleged heroes, Falcon and the Winter Soldier in this, are written like retarded villains. And as much as the show tries to depict John Walker as a somehow bad guy, it fails at that. So the one they try to depict as villainous, they fail at. While the actual villain that they try to write to be try to convince us to be sympathetic about somehow, they completely fail at because that's an insane nut job. So everything this social justice writing wants to achieve, it fails at. Right. The heroes are not heroes; they're villains. The guy they try to demonize, he comes across as a virtuous guy, and the villain they try to redeem is irredeemable. Absolutely irredeemable.
It wasn't even redeemed. It's like, no, Carly has a point. It's like,
no.
Just no, she doesn't. She's a fucking psycho.
She killed innocent people, and then like it's just like truly after it's like, oh, they deserve it. We have to go full in.
Yeah, in the conversation with Falcon, she even gets into an emotional fit where she says, "I will." I don't know the exact words anymore, but it's something along the lines of, everyone who's in her way is just an obstacle to overcome. So in the sense that everyone who's in her way has to die. I don't know the exact words, but it was about everyone who's in her way has to die.
Yeah, very much. She said,
and she immediately realizes what she just said and paddles back and says, "Oh, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant." No, Carly. That is exactly what you truly feel and truly mean. That's what you revealed. And that's the moment when Falcon should have backed off and just put a bullet between your eyes.
Yeah.
All right. Here's Francis Ford Coppola. They made the Jewish character a greedy shekel hoarder, and the black female character a criminal, and the ginger character a soulless sociopath, and wrapped it into one shit-ass faux Anglo character. John Walker did nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Fun show.
That seems to be the main gist of this entire show. So.
Yeah, make a show about John Walker, and you get like an actually good show.
Yeah. I also liked his black friend. It was a good character.
Yes.
And this is the best thing. This is the best. That is the one hilarious thing about the fucking show. I forgot his name. Anyway,
that unforgettable character.
Yeah, I remembered it for a while. Anyway, his friend speaks better German than the alleged Germans in the show, which are just German-looking Americans. Like they seem to have shot these scenes in Munich, in Bavaria, but apparently couldn't find any German actors, because when these guys speak German, it just sounds like American gibberish. While then when the Walker's friend translates for him and then speaks German to the alleged Germans, he speaks actual German that's almost accent-free. I was laughing my ass off. Like the black guy from America speaks better German than the alleged Germans. What the fuck?
All right. Here is Wisp pissed on my wife. In the comics, Bucky got the captain title after Steve died, and in the comics, Bucky wasn't the passive doormat. He was a Chad who took the mantle to make Steve proud because he loved his country and scrambled Black Widow's guts on a routine basis. Oh.
Okay. When did I piss on your wife?
It's just a name. Don't worry, Wisp. It's not literal.
It's a metaphor.
What's the metaphor about?
It's a metaphor about the themes of Smudcast.
What?
That's exactly
what? The themes.
What?
The themes.
Where? Why? How?
You know when Bruce Lee said like "Be
I am
water,
not
my
smart
friend,"
enough to understand what's going on.
Also includes piss.
Yeah. Be water or be piss. But
make water.
I can turn beer into piss. Does that work?
Yes.
You're
just like
you're
Jesus.
Almost Jesus. Yeah, you're almost Jesus.
German superpower.
Everyone thinks it was turn water into wine, but in reality, he just says, "I turn wine into urine."
It's a mistranslation.
Yeah.
We like with the grapes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
here's the thing: Critical Drinker does that on a regular basis.
Anyway, here's here's TLJ Screwjob. It's great how these lefties can show their contempt for the Medal of Honor soldiers so blatantly, and people will actually say it's a great show. It did get some praise. It did get some praise when it started, and then it sort of really went down.
It got praised. It got praised because it was the new thing. It's the same what happened with WandaVision. The same what's happened with The Boys. The first 2 episodes always get praised, and then the 3rd episode screws everything up ridiculously.
It's like the comics. They bring out the first issue, it sells somewhat, and then the rest is just even worse shit. Just goes downhill.
Oh, no.
Marvel. This is a really bad business strategy.
A terrible one, yeah.
Okay, here's White Knight Leo. Hey, how's it going? If super serum desire equals supremacism, then doesn't that mean a gym membership makes you a supremacist? Why build muscles except to dominate others?
Yes.
Huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I just realized I almost think Games Workshop has a better business model than Marvel at this point. I know that's a stretch.
Okay.
Okay.
We are 3 minutes and 33 seconds in. Go. All right.
Hey, man! No!
Whether the senator did this consciously or not, the result is the same. A black man not being Captain America was the right thing, and America wants to present itself to the world through this white soldier. And that soldier part of white soldier is also important. Modern America is using Captain America to project an image, that of a military superpower, the world police, and John Walker's Cap is to be their chief enforcer. His role is as much to be a part of a global propaganda machine as it is to go on missions to fight the ideological opponents of America. His being used as American military propaganda is something the characters in the show deliberately point out at several intervals.
Star Spangled Man with a plan and all that.
Goodness.
It's all good on the job description.
He accepts this as part of his job, but this contrasts heavily with Steve Rogers, who rejected the propaganda tours running off to help fight a war against literal Nazis. In many ways, Steve showcased the most idealized version of what America represents. He didn't blindly follow orders, instead he always did what was right. He was a good man, and he didn't
Same
want
thing
to
with
kill
John.
anyone.
Same thing with John.
He just didn't like bullies.
I don't want to kill
He's a
anyone.
patriot.
I don't like bullies. I don't care where they're from.
In the same episode where a flag smasher admits he was a fan of that idealized
so
America,
stupid.
the one that fought Nazis,
And he fought Nazis, so.
the show very
This scene at the graveyard is one of the most retarded in the entire show, because that guy equates Carly Morgenthau to Steve Rogers.
Here's the thing, when Carly herself says this is a stretch, and you should reconsider what the fuck you're saying. Like, what the... How is Carly comparable to Captain America is beyond me. Like, John Walker's comparable to Captain America.
Having borders is just like the Nazis, you see. Like the borders themselves.
The
are
Nazis love borders.
Auschwitz and
They enjoy
Birkenhagen.
crossing them.
Like every single place you go.
They
made that to the borders. Yeah.
There is no peace without borders. It's the etymological English. Etymological meaning of borders, of fences, of walls to allow for peace inside. Peace is within the fenced off area. That is what the Frit is in old German. Like the Bergfried is that's what you call the highest tower of a castle. That is the literally translated the Bergfried is the peace on the mountain. That's this high tower, and the Bergfried is surrounded by a fence or a wall, which is the Frit, which is the old German word for fence. So a graveyard, the German word for graveyard, is Friedhof, which is Friedhof, which would mean fenced off yard. There is peace. Frieden is the German word for peace. So Frieden, it's the fenced off. You have peace within the fenced off area. That's what it means, because we keep all the shit outside.
Mm-hmm.
All the horrible animals, all the diseases, all the vigilantes, the robbers, whatever you can think of. Because inside we can control what gets through the gate. That's what we have gatekeepers for. So we can make sure that inside there is peace. Which, by the way, is exactly what the SJWs do with their safe spaces. They create fenced-off areas and gatekeep them so heavily that only the ideological purity gets in. It's the same kind of castle building.
All right. Yeah. Here is Registered Sex Defender. I want the Boys spin-off where Stormfront founds a Nazi superhero league called the Goys. Also, John Walker was leagues more heroic than Salmon was in the show. Him decapitating that guy was totally justified.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Lamar was a much better character.
Yes.
Like,
even if he was in a fit of wrath, because there was wrath, there was not rage, there was wrath.
Wrath, yeah.
And he would still be justified, because that is a super soldier you cannot easily detain. And imagine this. Nobody knows that Walker had taken the super serum at that point. Nobody knew that. He would just be a normal human being up against a super soldier terrorist. What the hell should he do if this guy got up again and he didn't have the super serum? He'd just be dead.
Yeah. He'd be punched and his insides would be like mush.
Yeah.
It's like
his insides would be behind him.
Yeah.
Yeah, his insides would be his outsides.
All right. Here's White Knight Leo. John Walker, I unironically did nothing wrong. I think myself and my relationship with John Walker, we do nothing wrong together either. So
Which reminds me, I have a fresh bottle of Chivas
the
Vega.
guy. He just Johnny Walkered away.
He Johnny Walkered away. That's a verb.
I will open this bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it red?
And might I add, even though he was like going on his righteous quest of vengeance against Carly, when civilians were in danger, he decided to throw away the fucking shield. You know, because the shield never mattered to him. It's the principle. It's the fucking morals that he lives by, and save the fucking, save the civilians. And Carly's men, the fucking, they're not people. I can't call them people anymore. Decide to fucking attack him while he's saving innocent civilians.
Yeah, this is a main problem. This is a main problem of socialists. They always value the life of the villains, the true villains, higher than the civilians that have already been killed. These people, these super terrorists, are still threats. They have killed already, just seconds ago, are on the run, and that doesn't mean that you just let them run, because they will kill innocents again.
Yeah.
Whether it's that they will kill soldiers again that try to stop them from killing civilians, and they will kill civilians again. And the goal of these people is to kill civilians. The utopian dream, they kill half the population of the planet.
Yeah, they thought that was the greatest time.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh, half the population of the planet died. That's the best time ever. Like, dude. Oh, let's try to reason with her. Let's try to talk with her because she's a girl. What the, just no.
Yeah, but fuck John Walker because he's white. I guess.
Would you talk with the butcher of what was it? Was it Auschwitz or was it? I forgot her name. That psychopath Nazi woman guard who just walked around and randomly shot inmates because she just got high on it. That was a sadist. That was a real sadist. Would the left make the same excuses for her?
Okay. Yeah, no.
Here is Jesus. Wisp did 9/11. Thanks for the donation.
What?
If Borders...
Oh no.
I want to read that fan fiction, okay?
Jesus.
Oh wow, this is great. Anyway,
if borders are violent, then why do these nitwits have a problem with European empires immigrating to foreign countries and making use of the resources? It's almost like these people are hypocrites. Well, they live in these. We're talking about colonies or other places outside of Europe. They live there happily, if not very well.
Colonies. Can you say colonies again?
Well, Canada was a colony, so.
Just say colonies again, because it sounds like you were saying a different word than colonies.
Like colonies? What was I saying?
Yeah, the way you said it that time. Yeah, the way you said it sounded like you were saying colonies. And I was like,
hey,
what the hell's colonies?
Hey, Hawk, I'm Canadian. Remember that? Remember that Canadian accent I got going? Yeah, no.
Oh, you know what was it?
I don't remember. It's never come up before in conversation.
Okay, you know what was a fucking colony? The city of Cologne. It means colony. Yeah. It's a fucking Roman colony. When will we get reparations from the colonizers of Rome? From Rome.
Wisp. I think Germany's kind of thrown away their reparation chances. With the whole two World War.
No, that was just a fucking retaliation for the Romans having given us aqueducts and toilets and houses and
roads.
What
else did the Romans ever give us?
Law, roads, wine.
What have the Romans ever done for us? Yes, exactly.
Architecture,
infrastructure,
military, police.
The Germanic tribes were very, very militaristic in a way. We didn't use formations that much, but
that's why they lost.
Hey, no. Dude, we had magical legion-eating forests.
What?
Yeah.
Look up the Battle of Teutoburger Forest.
Yeah, the
German
barbarians, but not the French. The French ones lost. The Germans won.
Yeah. Yeah, who was it? Was it who was it? Who was it who cried, give me my legions back?
Oh, I can't remember. But yeah, he lost, was it the 9th Legion or something?
Yeah. Because our tree-hugging ancestors just sat in the trees and waited for the legions to come into our very, very thick forests and just, well...
I didn't know that Wisp is from Vietnam.
Dude, our ancestors, the Germanic tribes, they were literal barbarians. They were roaming tribes with an oral tradition. All the shit that Black Lives Matter goes on about was so great about Africa. That's what our German ancestors were when the Romans were going around bringing us their civilization.
Most of Europe was like that, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I
but
know. I know.
The thing about our
no one acknowledges that about us.
Yeah, but the thing about our ancestors, at one point they literally went, you know what, we don't want to live in mud huts anymore, so we're going to advance. While the people in Africa went, you know what, mud huts are pretty fine. I think we'll just stay like this.
We didn't have mud huts. We had pretty sophisticated wooden architecture. Like there's even some into the times when churches were built. There are some churches in Scandinavia.
It was more about
that people even
the
today
fact that like they never developed. That was that was the point.
Even today, they haven't figured out some of the techniques and tools that were used to make them.
Okay, we have a video, by the way.
Okay.
As much as I love German architecture, we have a video.
I'm so glad you're not into soccer.
I was talking about Scandinavian architecture, not German one.
Can you imagine Wisp watching a soccer game? That'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, that would be just one of those. Yeah.
But I hate soccer.
Wisp. It's
really bad German in.
You will love ball.
Don't
Okay.
worry about soccer this time because England knocked you out, so it's all right.
All right. Anyway, White Knight Leo. White Knight Leo, thanks for the super chat. No borders means I, Florida man, get to vote for the next mayor of New York City, and LA and Boston and London and Paris. Literal communists for all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, finally, democracy works.
Yeah, democracy works.
Oh, wait,
vote for everyone.
hold on. Did you just say finally communism? London's already got a communist mayor. Don't worry about that. We're way ahead of that.
Oh, yeah.
London's the only place where communists are allowed to live in the UK. So.
All right.
Anyway, this incredibly poor video.
Yes, I know. We're only 5 minutes in though, so.
Hey, we only got 5 minutes into that last video as well.
Well,
so.
that was another problem with the video, but it's a different issue here.
Completely different
Very quickly
issue.
contrasts this idealized representation with the modern American reality. John Walker attacks people in foreign countries. He murders someone and...
Can we talk about those Wakandan women?
Oh,
who go around saying
Dora Milaje.
The Dora Milaje, or whatever their name is.
The
will have
Baldies.
jurisdiction wherever they please.
International name.
Yeah, colonialism.
Yes,
there you go.
I don't remember the actual line, but it was super blatant. Like, we have jurisdiction wherever we are.
Yeah, they said the Dora Milaje. He said the Dora Milaje has jurisdiction to whatever the Dora Milaje sees fit.
Yeah, and then they start waving their spears around, and dude, what the fuck?
Fucking goblin.
Was that retractable spear? Was it's really durable piece of wood?
Yeah, that fucking. Yeah, apparently, like, even here's another thing because I'm gonna keep praising John Walker for this. Even though, because at the beginning, the fucking bold barbarians threw a fucking spear right at John's face. If John didn't dodge this, he would have been fucking dead.
He'd just be dead.
And despite that,
he's just a human.
Despite that, he still tried to fucking reason with them. He's like, hey, we got on the wrong foot, and then the Dora Milaje still try to fucking kill him.
Yeah, and they attack him. They attack him without provocation. He's the diplomatic one.
Yeah, and Sam and Bucky just to watch. Even
Yeah,
though
but
they're
guys-
struggling to live.
Yeah.
Yeah, but guys, you have to remember
And
that black people are allowed to throw spears wherever they want to, because black people throw spears. I should know. I'm a progressive from California.
Yeah, that is said. What that scene is I don't know if that trope has a name, but it is a trope where because Falcon and Winter Soldier, they know the Wakanda warriors, so they just sit back and let the newbie figure it out himself and get whacked due to it. That's what that scene is. Or rather, what it tries to be, but it really just paints everyone in a bad light except Walker.
Walker and Lamar, yeah,
right. Lamar, that was his name.
Yeah,
Lamar was
Zemo.
his name. Remember him. Remember Lamar.
Absolutely. And
I like
Zemo's
Lamar.
pretty smart. Zemo's like, I'm fucking out, and he left.
Yeah, the only characters in this show I liked was Zemo, Walker, and Lamar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so fucking worried they'd actually try to fuck up Walker towards the end, but ironically, they made him the most virtuous individual in the entire fucking show.
Yeah, he actually he learned his lesson after his he got like mad. Like he got to be an even better character.
There wasn't much of a lesson though. Like he did what he had to do. Like the terrorist who was fucking running, and when he was pursuing fucking Carly, he saw civilians, and he's like, "Oh, fuck that! Fuck that shield! I gotta save the innocent people because they need help if they're gonna die." And people say like, "Well, Falcon saved them," but without John, that fucking thing would have fucking fell and they would have died. John Walker technically just saved them. If it wasn't for John, they would have just died.
Exactly. But like they just look away from that and like say like, well, this wasn't really about him. It was more about like Sam becoming Captain America. Like, oh, okay.
He never earned it.
Yeah,
No, they didn't earn it.
Sam is an arrogant, smug, passive aggressive twat with not infantility, inferiority complex.
Yeah. No,
that's what I've seen. That's what I've seen all the show, and he's not overcoming that.
He's never gonna fuck. He's basically the kind of guy who's just gonna keep talking shit about you, and then when you ask him like, "Okay, give us advice," and he's just like, "Do better." Like,
yes.
You're very thanks, Captain America.
Captain America. Yeah, all he can say is do better.
Do better.
Here is White Knight Leo. Is the trope called protagonist morality? Any type of trope that uses a morality based off a character or a theme is usually as a result of something which is so silly or is so one-sided. So if it's one-sided, it's like everything must be my way or the highway. So they will actually go to extremes to protect that morality. Or it's silly in the regard where you'll have one of those characters and another character do exactly the same thing, which is either questionably moral or interpreted as immoral. So that person will get looked upon badly or considered a bad thing when the hero character or the main character is like killing so many people just last episode or whatever. That's never brought up. So that's really the only stretch. Like you could see that even with Mass Effect 2 with Samara. It's like Paladin is stupid. Like she doesn't matter what's going on in the universe. It doesn't matter what she needs to do to get to the end of her mission. She will kill because that's what her code says. It's like, you're in my way, you're going to die. Even though she's there to protect life and she's killing Asari to do so. It's like, this is weird. Why is she doing that? And that's just because her code is so black and white. So it really depends on the character and whether their moral compass is explained to the audience. That's why we need to know why the laws exist and why people in the world also are aware of the law and can report that when bad things happen. So depending on that scene with Walker, whether that was a huge problem for him, for the people on the scene, and what happens in the aftermath of that. So
yeah, the whole like Walker murders a a guy in cold blood in foreign land. It's like, okay, first fucking fight scene in Captain America and Winter Soldier. Captain America literally just fucking kicks a guy to the edge of the boat, where, like, if you see the impact, his spine is basically just fucking shattered to pieces. And, like, yeah, he's gonna fucking drown. This guy is not only, like, now paralyzed, he's gonna slowly drown to death. And he was caught unaware. Like, Captain America went from behind and fucking whacked his ass immediately. But, yeah, Captain America has a lot of blood on his hands. I'm not saying what he did was, like, oh, that was wrong. It's like, no, he's a soldier. These are terrorists. Or Nazis, like, depending on the time. Like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, just...
It also reflects back on how, like, Yuri Bezmenov, when he spoke about how media can portray villains, because I heard one of his lectures about it. Like, oh, the villain is understandable. He's just like that because society. He's not actually a bad guy, and he makes a sarcastic remark. He's like, "Oh, well, this guy's fine. He told me he doesn't feel like burning a family down today, so he's cool." Like, yeah, what Yuri Bezmenov's description, literally word for word, the same thing how they portray Carly. That's it.
All right. Okay. We're 5 minutes and a half in. We're doing good, I think.
Yay!
Progress.
Yeah. Okay. I think we're okay with the video. He's not horrible. He's just sort of stating his attitude in a very simple way.
Misguided.
He's retarded.
Misinformed. Yeah, maybe.
Calls it justice, and in a moment that will remind viewers of the fact that the American NSA literally wiretapped and monitored almost everyone on the planet, he hacks and...
So what? Germany's government wants to evaluate whether we can have the social credit score system of China now, which is utterly unconstitutional against the first paragraph of our fucking constitution. I am so pissed that these traitors sitting in the government can just go about and say, oh, we want to have the same tyranny as China. And you bitch about this little bullshit. You fucking people shit on your constitution, your amazing constitution. You shit on the American flag. You shit on your anthem. You shit on your borders. You shit on everything, every good little piece that the United States stands for. You are anti-patriots. You are negative nationalists.
Oh, no,
I'm
no,
not talking
West,
about that you should be nationalists.
Australian.
You are negative nationalists, and that's the fucking shit.
He's not American, the guy.
He's part of the same ideology that does this in every country.
The Kangaroo Party, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Part of the Didgeridoo gang.
Yeah, but these communists, that's where this whole ideology that praises bullshit, like this propaganda shit that is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they are in every country, and they try to do this to every fucking country.
Mm-hmm.
There's a movement in Germany that tries to invert the German constitution into as well integrating this whole intersectional bullshit that categorizes people by race and sex and whatever else, which is anti our constitution. That's the very lesson we learned from World War II. That's the very lesson we learned from the shit the Nazis did. To not do that. And these socialists, these communists, are the people who want to get rid of that. The one thing we learned from the Nazi shit to not repeat again. They want to do the exact Nazi shit. These people are the fascists. These people are the Nazis. These people are liars, and these people are genociders. And this is just the tiniest scrap of that giant cake of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
You want to be against fascism, then you need to be against communism.
Yeah.
Because they coincide, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. White Knight Leo again. Latvia is a NATO member. Walker has jurisdiction. Oh, all right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That too. Latvia is a NATO country.
Also, won't you have jurisdiction because it's part of the UN anyway?
That too.
That too. Yeah, and I think like Walker is like a part of like a special organization that has jurisdiction of like all the countries that where flag smashers operate.
I forgot his name. GRC or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that. Like it's like a new UN, basically.
Yeah, it was.
Also the idea of jurisdiction in a world of superheroes is kind of laughable. Because what do they say? Like, no, you can't be a supervillain here because you need jurisdiction. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
So, and also jurisdiction is really an American word for like the states and stuff, because stuff like that doesn't really happen outside of America. People tend to like work together quite closely, regardless of where they are, even if they're like free countries. There's a thing called Interpol in Europe, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
So
that's a worldwide thing, as far as I know.
Yeah, but I only knew it worked in Europe. So regardless, but yeah, so automatically there's not this whole idea of jurisdiction is an American thing for the states.
Your local police still can't persecute after the perpetrator has left the borders of your nation. That is where Interpol would come into play in that scenario, which is the same thing where your state police cannot persecute the perpetrator if he left or she left state lines. That is where the feds come in.
Yeah. There's always like a way to like not compromise, but like there's always an alternative for every issue.
So yeah, like I say, the jurisdiction thing is like it just seems to be a bit of a it seems to be an argument brought up by people who don't know what jurisdiction means and just thinks it means like if you commit a crime and flee to another country, you're free from being persecuted for that crime. When it's like, no, that's not what happened.
Oh, the thing, but it's not that you will be immediately extradited.
Yeah.
If the country you are in does not persecute you, well, the country you flee to or you that you pass through does not persecute you. Well, look at Edward Snowden.
Mm-hmm. Look at Roman Polanski.
It's like, and Walker is like, of all people, Walker would be the guy with jurisdiction. And capture or kill.
Yeah, well, the Wakanda women aren't.
Yeah, exactly.
They definitely don't. They're fucking barbarians.
Is Wakanda part of the UN in the Marvel world?
I think so. I don't know.
Is it part of NATO? Is it part what's its
NATO is a European thing.
NATO is not a Europe.
No, not the European thing.
No, am I missing?
Mixing that up? NATO not necessarily.
Aren't most NATO partners part of part of
the
Europe?
North? It's like the North Atlantic Treaty or something. So because
Egypt is NATO too. So
yeah, well, that's what it originally started out.
That is still the general area up here. Okay. NATO has US and Canada in it, and one I think that's French. That French country in South America.
That French country in South America.
French Guyana or something. And
it's not the French country. It's just okay. Anyway,
literally France.
Okay, so here's the map from the all-knowing bucket of truth. That doesn't look like. That doesn't look like that. That is aside from Canada and US. That's mainly European. Because this thing was built against the Russian Federation, or rather the Soviets.
Soviet Union and later on Russian Federation, yeah.
And the Serbian War, that was in the 90s. That was how like some of Eastern Europe was dragged in.
Yeah, and Russia is pissed because there was a gentleman's agreement that NATO would not expand further east, that there would be a neutral corridor between Russia and NATO. And then NATO just kept getting more members into NATO and was encroaching further and further to Russia, which is why Russia is pissed, and why Russia is quite you could say agitated, and was so what would be the good word?
At the end of the day, I'd rather see more NATO. I'd rather see more NATO than more Russia. So Russia can get pissed about more countries wanting to join NATO against Russia.
Dude, Russia is I don't give a fuck about Russia right now. The problem we have is China and how it's buying up every fucking thing in the Western world, including our governments.
All I'm saying is don't forget Russia with things.
I am not forgetting them, but compared to what we are currently facing, Russia is a fucking dust puppet.
Yeah, that's fine, Wisp. All I'm saying is that when the Eastern European nations started joining NATO, China wasn't the problem.
Yeah, sure, but that's like...
Yeah, it's changed now, but when they were joining and getting more and more nations were joining, Russia were the problem. So you can't really say...
Yeah, it's still breaking. It's still breaking the gentleman's agreement between these two forces.
Guys,
all right,
relax.
It doesn't matter about a gentleman's agreement. You can't say there's a gentleman's agreement. Yeah, because they always last in world history. Yeah, sure.
I know.
The fucking president of Russia is like,
that's the point.
Prime
It
Minister,
makes
whatever, is a ex-KGB agent. Okay.
Yeah, but look,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anyway. This is not the point of the video. We should get back.
Yes, please. Thank you. All right, here's Fritz for the donation. Thank you. Sorry to butt in. Just wanted to say hi. And by the way, Smud, my name in the Discord server is pronounced Aoi, as in AOI. Okay. And then it's Kageona, as in Kageona, from wherever that's from. It means blue shadow woman in Japanese. Okay, so...
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Fritz is short for Fitzgerald, I thought? So you're using Fritz on Streamlabs, and you're using Kageona and Aoi on Discord. All right. I'm totally lost, but that's cool. You can do whatever you like with your names. It's totally fine. I will keep that in mind because you do a lot of donations, and I do recognize that. So I just don't know who you guys are outside of that until you have the same name on the Discord. So anyway, we got two big super chats from Todd Howard. Todd, what's going on, buddy? Hey, Smud, how you doing, bro? Just wanted to let the Smudcast know that I'm writing a superhero comic called Bronx Boys. Wow. Awesome! You should get a Kickstarter going, or some sort of any sort of money going to help you out. It's a long road to make your own stuff, so you might want to get some finances going instead of giving money to me. That might be a good idea. It's a story about street level heroes in a world where a Superman-esque figure became a dictator, but was deposed. Ooh, interesting. It's like a post Red Sun sort of scenario, I think.
Mm-hmm. Well, post injustice, really.
Yeah, same concept. Yeah, that's cool. And, good luck, man.
Yeah,
I should get you on. I should get you on with LitDev. Have him help you out.
Yeah,
LitDev's stream is exactly for this.
Yeah,
definitely. And the name Fritz and similar names like Frederick or Frido or Francis. That's all derived from Friedrich and similar, which as you may hear contains the Frit. That is, Friedrich means the peaceful ruler. So all these names basically have this meaning of peaceful ruler.
I know Francis from Left 4 Dead.
Yeah. Okay,
that works too.
I hate this. and cars and trains and vans and the police and hospitals.
You know what I don't hate? Wes.
Okay, here's Todd Howard again. A few of my characters include Mr. Heat, a man with the power to expel heat from his skin. Don't humans normally do that? But okay.
Well, he's super good at it.
He's super good. He's very efficient. Okay. Master Scanner, a martial arts genius. That sounds fine. And Roach. I love the name. A literal wearing. That's a German.
Were insect.
Were insect. With
I
don't know what that is. With the ability to become a roach.
It's like werewolf, but with an insect.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, were insect.
Well,
Okay, I thought it was a weird Germanic word.
No, that is no.
Okay.
What the fuck?
Hey, you never know. Hey, cool. You know, whatever you got in the back of your head that you
I'll
finally...
tell you when it is.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, yeah, great. No, I'll give us some more information. Go to the Discord, say hello, and we'll see what we can do for you. That'd be great. Here's Fritz again.
Yeah.
Fritz is short for Friedrich. German name. Wisp, back me up on this. I think he just did. Yeah. So.
What was the? Can you repeat that?
Fritz is short for Friedrich.
Friedrich. Yes.
Yes.
That's what I. Yes. And Friedrich means peaceful ruler.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Good stuff. I was going with the Scottish.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff, lad.
Scottish stuff.
The Scottish stuff.
Scottish.
Yeah.
Do you mean the Sean Connery accent?
Oh, that's different. No, it's Sean Connery. I don't think that's
Sean Connery is not Scottish. He's Sean Connery.
It's a Sean Connery accent. There's no version.
It's a Sean Connery accent.
He's his own country.
He's his own language. No one speaks like him.
It helps when you just push your lips forward and just barely move your lower jaw.
You talk like this.
Then it sounds closer to Sean Connery.
You have to talk like you're sort of slurring your words, like you've had a lot of whiskey.
But you're not
and then
drunk.
keep your voice in the back of your throat.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Simple.
You got it.
Simply just move your voice to sound like you've had too many shandies. You shouldn't sound like Sean Connery.
Anyway.
It reminds me, I could really use a sherry right now.
A celery?
Yes, a celery.
A piece of celery?
A sherry.
Celery.
Some celery, some sherry.
Charlie joking. Ridiculous.
Sean Connery sells shingles in the sheet front.
I don't think anyone's ever wanted a piece of celery. It's like, can I have a piece of celery? It's like, what? What do you why? What would you do with it? Eat it?
No,
What? Yeah,
I meant a sherry.
You tune it like
I was talking about the sherry, but you
rabbit.
make me laugh that I almost spit my shivers regular out again.
You too many Sean Connerys on the Sean Connery farm causes serious seismic events.
Okay.
The name's Sean. The name's Connery. Sean Connery. Anyway, Falcon the Winter Soldier.
Soldier. Another Ash word start with the letter Ash.
It's like Shulkin and the Winter Soldier.
Oh my god.
Shulkin and the Winter Soldier.
My ears is blue.
Charlie Mugger Show.
How the next Captain America is so good for United States of America. Anyway,
remember his name. And always remember his name. His name is Jamal. No.
Jamal.
Anyway.
Yes. Please, let's go.
Hacks into Falcon's drone to figure out where he is.
Jack, you through Red Wing. You hacked my tech?
Not only that, but when he is caught on camera, again, murdering someone, he's given a slap on the wrist for show. He is stripped of the Captain America
He should
title,
get a medal.
That's all.
Yeah.
He doesn't face any jail time or any kind of significant justice for killing another human being who had already surrendered.
He
hasn't. He's a super terrorist. He could easily overpower absolutely everyone.
It's not only that. It's like, here's the thing: when a person is surrendering, his hands will be above his head, behind his head, and far away as possible, so it doesn't. So he doesn't like, push anywhere. But no, his hand was literally in front of his face. That's not surrendering. That's a defense. It's a defense position. Someone like. Go ahead.
Well, the other thing is that like it doesn't matter if like he lets him live or not. Like Zemo is gonna fucking kill him. Like Zemo was on the run at this point.
Yeah, but not only that. It's like like ROE wise, like rules of engagement. That person, even when you pursued him, threw a brick like that, fucking concrete. I don't know, trash or whatever the fuck it was. He threw it at Walker. If that didn't hit Walker or hit Walker's shield, that could have hit a civilian. This guy's an active threat. He's an active threat.
Yeah.
And he will hurt people. He will kill people.
His group just murdered people.
Yeah.
They were just in a close combat. And this is like I kill a bunch of your friends and then I just surrender. So you can't hurt me. This is bully logic. Like I beat you up, and then I surrender. So you can't hit me back. You can't hit me back because I surrender now.
No backsies. I surrender. No backsies.
Yeah. It's all this SJW logic. It's the logic of bullies.
It's like this. It's like this analogy. Like you have these terrorists shooting you with AKs. And then, like, one of the bullets just kill your friend. And then you find one of the terrorists running away. He's not necessarily the one who killed your friend, but he was one of the guys who was shooting at you. You're pursuing him. He's shooting back at you despite running away, like endangering your life and civilian lives. You shoot him. You're going to shoot him, and you're going to shoot him again while he's on the ground just to make sure he's dead. That's like basically what soldiers do. It's like you're going to, the moment he's hostile, you're going to shoot him till he doesn't move at all.
Yeah, and there are still other super soldier terrorists out there, not far away. How do you secure this guy?
Exactly.
To kill him.
Yeah. They're not like your average, they're not criminals, they're terrorists.
Yeah. And as Chad correctly notes, this guy, who the video maker, he seems to be deliberately leaving out that this group just killed Battlestar, just killed Lamar.
That too. He keeps saying murdered a human being. He's never gonna say like a terrorist.
So Lamar, the black man, is not a human being.
Oh yeah,
is that the implication here?
Yeah, that
he's
reminds
not because
me.
he's one of the U.S. Army's people. So yeah.
Also, so that makes you a subhuman.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently. Oh, Carl even confirms it when John was like, when John called her out. She says like, "No, I'm not trying to kill people who don't matter." It's like the worst fucking line to say to a guy who's grieving. Like, Lamar's life doesn't matter. Fucking hell.
Who wrote
lives only matter.
What fucking psychopath wrote this shit?
All right, so this guy's clearly losing some context of the scenes, and
he's deliberately ignoring them.
Yeah, deliberately ignoring them.
Yeah.
It's called lie by omission.
But you can even hear it in his voice. He's like hesitating a little bit. It's like a human being. It's like, yeah, he's definitely aware that like he's leaving out context.
Yeah, remember Lamar. Say his name.
Yes, a true Chad who died to save his friend.
Yeah, spoke perfect German.
That too.
That's literally the only thing that you like about him, isn't it?
Better than real German.
The scene was just so fucking hilarious.
The non-Germans
I couldn't believe what I was
German
seeing, man.
better than actual Germans.
Wish is like this. It's like that. The character's bad, but he speaks German, so I'm all right with him.
I think you're twisting my words a little bit.
Me? Would I twist your words? Moi? Never. Perish the thought.
You just spoke French. That is basically admission.
Oh, Sean T, my dear Wisp. I just honestly.
Wisp, you do 9/11, you piss on someone's wife, and now you're falsely accusing Hawk. Oh,
Where's all the slander coming from?
Falsely accusing me of like twisting words. I never twist
Falsely? You are falsely
I
accusing me of falsely accusing you of something.
I would never falsely accuse you of falsely accusing me of
Yeah,
falsely
whatever you
accusing
said
you.
was somehow being
Falseception.
Oh god, I forgot what I was going
Are
to
we
say.
good to go? Are you guys done yet?
Yes.
I can't
Yes,
tell.
we are.
Am I done yet? No. I've got plenty more in the tank, Smudge. I can keep going.
Oh.
But we can continue the video.
Oh.
Let's do that.
All right.
Worst of all, he's actually right when he defends himself by saying,
I only ever did what you asked of me, what you told me to be and trained me to do, and I did it. And I did it well.
he did do exactly what they trained him to do. They're only upset because he got caught doing it on camera. The show demonstrates this later by having the government rehire John Walker, giving him a new position and a new suit. He'll now work as the US agent, still killing in the name of America, but from the shadows, where the damage he's doing is much less obvious. And it's that aggressive, shadowy, interventionist America that John Walker represents. The one that enters countries in the name of freedom, but most often brings death. The one that can oust democratically elected governments in the name of fighting socialism.
What the hell is this?
Wait, what?
Chile?
It's a bit one-sided world politics, isn't it?
Rise in Chile. I don't think so. No.
You know what? Like, when John Walker saved, like, Bucky and Falcon's life, they spat on him immediately at that truck fight scene.
Yeah.
But, like, and when he kills a terrorist who just killed his friend, they still spit on him. And Falcon decides, like, fuck you, I'm gonna take your shield by force. Even though I sympathize with fucking Harley Goblin piece of shit lady. It's like, well, he does everything he can. Like, not just, what he trained me to do. Like, he's humble. He is fucking moral. He wants to save lives. He wants to make things right. Even with his conversation with Lamar, he's like, our medals in Afghanistan was, bullshit. But this one actually feels like we're doing something right. We're doing something good. And he's the only guy who recognizes this more than Sam, more than Bucky, more than every character besides Lamar. He's the only guy who's like, no, like, I actually want to do something right. I was like, he brings death. There's like this fucking retard. I was like, he brings death when he talks about freedom by killing a terrorist, a human being.
This is slowly turned to America bad because it collapsed Soviet democracies, and I'm putting quotation mark around democracies here.
Well, there is a long history of America interfering with all kinds of countries for various reasons, and that's a sordid story, and we don't need to get into that. So maybe this is something which is relevant.
Yeah,
I don't think so. This seems like a random article from Vox or something. And,
Vox, very reliable.
So let's put it this way: America doesn't really install dictators into places. With stuff because it's kind of negative to what they need to happen. So
They did try that time.
They sometimes try. Egypt was one of them, though. Like with the Gamal Abdel Nasser 1950s to 60s, like the guy they wanted didn't take control because it was a coup, it wasn't any revolution, and then like Abdel Nasser took over, and then later on he allied with the communists. There's even a street name with a like I think a communist. I forgot his name, but it was a communist leader, one of the communist leaders. There's a street name by his name, like under his name exactly, because he was friends with them. But yeah, like sometimes America tries, but it just doesn't work out most of the time.
Yeah, but to set up the thing is they try and set up some form of democratic thing, but people usually just turn to dictators. But then again, that's what happens in most nations. Someone gets into power and people don't really like losing power. But this whole thing about working from the shadows, and I mean, this is not what the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was trying to do. This is just his. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just keep going.
All right, here is TLJ Screwjob again. Thank you for the 5. Black people are subhumans? Sounds like this guy in the video read Mustache Man's Kampf book. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah, and in the chat, in the comments, they're rightfully saying, like, has he watched Winter Soldier? That's what Captain America did. Yeah, he did go to foreign lands fighting for what he believed in until, like, later on where he discovers, like, there's some shitty shit. Like, he went to foreign land and brutally murdered a fuckload of terrorists. Like, because, like, the only reason why Walker looks, quote-unquote, bad because there's blood on the shield, but, like, Captain America, like, literally, there are people that Captain America literally just made them slowly die. Not saying Captain America is a bad guy, but no, it's like, they're soldiers, it happens.
Yeah. This is war.
Yeah, this is war.
And this is super soldiers.
Yeah.
My only criticism about Walker is that he left himself too open when he grabbed the shield and, like, took it way over his head. Because, like, yeah, but that's because he was, like,
yeah, that was
angry.
There was the wrath because his best friend just was killed.
Yeah, but that's me
by the stupid genocidal cunt.
Yeah, and that's just me criticizing from a pragmatic, practical point of view. It's like, okay,
and she only had the opportunity to do so because Falcon let it happen.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
this is Falcon's fault. Everything in this fucking show is Falcon's fault. Falcon does not deserve anything except maybe an ass whooping.
All right, let's continue. I don't know how long you guys want to go, but I'd say another 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That might be good.
The usual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm open. I'm free. So
I just don't like whenever these people start throwing in reality. It's like, look at what America's doing. It's like, I don't care. I really don't care. Just focus on the topic.
Yeah, because that's where we have to start about whataboutism.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's another thing as well. People talk about America. It's like, do you know, quite brutally, I don't really care what America does because I'm not American.
Yeah. And
we've got to stop thinking. We've got to stop thinking that everyone's American.
Yeah. Do these people ever look at other countries' politics and policies?
Oh yeah.
And their foreign politics.
Oh yeah.
Because
they'd be horrified, trust me.
Yeah, because all they ever do is criticize America. And there is a lot to criticize about America, about the United States. Yes.
Nowadays,
no argument there. But look at the fucking rest of the fucking world. You live in one of the best places on this fucking planet. As shit as you may think it is one of the best places. And that should tell you. That is what should tell you something. That should tell you how fucking horrible the rest of the fucking planet is.
The other thing is that, like, the US has like 50 million immigrants out of their 300 plus population.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
And they are supposedly like against immigration.
Yeah, they're supposed to be evil, horrible racists, and yet they have one of the biggest immigrant demographic on the planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, how's that? How do you reconcile that?
Yeah, funny thing is that when I first moved to the U.S., before I went there, like what was my largest concern was like, oh, maybe people could be a little bit too arrogant. It's like, oh, they love the country too much, maybe. It's just like that was when I was a kid a little bit, but like when I went there, it was like Jesus Christ, people just fucking hate themselves or hate their own country. It's like, dude, like this is like I don't see any of the fucking issues or that you're saying. Like I see other issues, just not the ones you're fucking bringing up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The same people who go over America's history with a fine tooth comb are also the same people who conveniently forget that the Soviet Union even existed in history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soviet Union, other brutal fucking like local countries that
socialist atrocities omitted everywhere.
Yeah.
The biggest piles of bones, of the biggest mountains of dead bodies ever in history. Nobody talks about it.
Yeah.
Instead, we're supposed to forget about it and just try again. Because that is apparently better.
Lol. Oh no. Well. Alright, let's just try and keep going with this this video because if he's going to start going down a route of like America bad with stuff, I'm actually gonna call it a day because I'm just fed up of people just using thinly veiled videos just to bash America again.
By the way, this guy doesn't sound Australian to me. Like it might be me, but it just like doesn't sound on his voice.
Yeah, he's not cussing enough.
You're right.
Like that accent is
he
just.
He doesn't sound like Rolf Harris. You are correct.
Yeah.
Can you tell what it is yet? I've got my didgeridoo. I'm going to didgeridoo you as well, kiddos.
Anyway.
Democratically elected governments in the name of fighting socialism. And the one that is literally right now helping Saudi Arabia fight a war in Yemen where the collateral damage is so bad it would make fictional Sokovia look like a small fireworks show. That is the America John Walker represents. Through this lens, the series also shows us how modern America deals with the people left behind in the wake of their collateral damage. In the case of the series, it's dealing with the aftermath of the blip. People are being forced into camps or sent back to the countries they were born in.
Which I doubt very much would actually happen.
They're forced back to the countries of their origin. Oh no.
Oh
yeah. Here's the thing. Like, they could have made like a very interesting plot around that, you know, like because these buildings are no longer occupied. Some people take residence in there, but then suddenly these people come back from the blip, so it raises a lot of complications.
But here's the thing, though. Right? So half the people
property and a little bit of territory is like they could have made a very interesting fucking. Like talking about this, but it's like no, GRC are bad. Like I remember the scene where this guy's like,
but the thing with the blip is, it's like
teaches what?
The thing with the blip though, what I don't get is, right? So 50% of the world's population is gone, right? And then they come back again. So what's the problem?
Yeah. Because it is merely 5 years. The population has not grown that much. All the houses that were empty during those 5 years, most of them will still be unoccupied. Those houses didn't just disappear as well. All that is infrastructure that is still there.
Yeah.
And if this post-blip world is so cooperative and everyone working together, it should be no fucking problem to just set up some fucking housing projects for the people who are left over right now.
But there's still the infrastructure of the 3.5 billion people who lived there beforehand.
Yes.
And also, also, it's not like 50% of every nation disappeared.
Yes, but we are led to believe that like the banks, like every single bank around the world is refusing to like give loans to these people and like help them out, or even like start somewhere because like they don't have like the money for that. But it's so stupid.
Their money still existed, their accounts still existed.
That's why I'm thinking that Thanos actually snapped away the money to fuck them over. That was his secret plan.
People's accounts don't disappear after 5 years.
Yeah. And for all these people that got blipped back.
Yeah, what had happened is
all the people who got blipped back, for them, no time has passed. They still have all the same skills they had before. They just time warp forward 5 years. That's all that happened to them, basically.
So we're supposed to think that like in the universe of Marvel, like the MCU, this is a problem that like how to house like the people on Earth. Like when they have like space travel and like all that kind of shit, like, it's not even limited down. Like, and like you have like the technology to have like spaceships like rolling around, like rotating around like Earth. We're supposed to have like these kind of like issues that like we have in the real world right now without all that future.
The thing is, at the end of the day, what would happen is people disappeared. No one would be able to touch their properties. There's no such thing because. Number one, they wouldn't be selling anything because the person who owns the property isn't there to agree to it being sold.
Yes.
Right? So, it's not like a death because people don't know that it's a death or anything like that. It's a disappearance. So there's still times with stuff.
Yeah. I will say they like literally from what. If a civilian looks at another civilian like disintegrating, I think it's like fair to assume they probably die.
But do you though? But do you in this universe?
In this universe, yeah.
In this universe, in this universe, you don't know what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, but like after like a couple of years,
But the thing is, it's a lot longer than 5 years that you'd be. It's 7 years you have to wait for someone to be declared dead and you can start getting into their property. So there's still 2 years.
Oh, you're talking about MIA and KI kind of stuff.
Yeah, but here's the thing. But their bank accounts wouldn't disappear.
Oh,
they still have their bank accounts, and the money will just be collecting interest.
Yeah, no, that part is true.
Well. Okay,
so this obviously tells me that the people don't know how banks work.
Oh, that's another issue entirely. But there's a lot of information that doesn't add up from what I've been hearing because I don't know the story. But yeah, the banks would either reclaim after a default has been made, they would reclaim the property or the asset. It would be inherited by whoever was the child or the next of kin, or the state would claim it if all these things were not met. So
that would still mean the money would still be there.
Yeah,
the reason in the cases there would be no one like that.
Right.
In a worldwide event like that, it would be imperative to put out a government program that reinstates that seized wealth.
Right, and there would be loads of businessmen. They didn't eliminate every billionaire on the planet, but even then, there would be people coming together saying, "Oh, we need services to provide for these people that we can't do anymore. We're going to open up our own bank. We're going to open up our own whatever that there is a big vacuum of." And that's just business. That's just going to happen.
And
naturally.
It's not... Yeah, and we're not talking about a minority. We're talking about half the population.
Right. Yeah. So if, let's say, construction companies were busy making new real estate or wherever in some part of the city or the country, okay, half of them are gone. Well, those other two would take the contracts because they still need buildings. Maybe not as much in demand because there's less people, but that would be reallocated.
But the demand is proportionally the same.
Yeah, I know. The people who would want to live in certain areas, maybe they don't want to live as much in those areas. They're still making a building. They'll just stop building a high-rise or a townhouse or whatever. So whatever real estate was needed is no longer in demand. It just won't be as expensive. It'll still be built. Yeah. So
there's by the way, there is an actual World War II analogy we can make here, and that is Tadros, are you having issues with your mic?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. I'm turning into Dunn.
Okay, so World War II analogy. Jews who managed to flee the concentration camps, or even after they were freed after the war, tried to return to their homes and found their homes occupied by strangers. who would not let them in, of course. Their empty houses, and often quite nice houses, were just occupied by other people. And now these Jews were homeless. And you can compare those Jews who got out of the concentration camps, out of the death camps, to the people who got blimpped back into reality, into life, and now found that all the middle class or lower class people had moved into upper strata housing. Because if the better houses are free now, well, why not move in out of your shithole? But now all the people have come back, and they wonder, hey, I want to get back into my nice house, my nice apartment. But there are now assholes living in it that don't let me get it back. And the assholes who don't want to give that back, are the flag smashers.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, in this analogy, the flag smashers are the assholes who took the vacant houses of the Jews who were in the death camps, and when the Jews got back out of the death camps, did not give the houses back to those Jews. That's who the flag smashers are. That's what the left is trying to paint as the good guys here, or try to make us sympathize with.
Yeah.
It's just disgusting.
It's fucking disturbing.
All right.
That's what it is.
Here is... let me just check my donations. I'm going to go back a bit. Fritz again. The problem with the blip is that it's never properly addressed. There are likely people that disappeared while on planes, ships, and other places on Earth, which have definitely changed in the last 5 years, but that's never really addressed. There's a lot of holes with the end of Endgame, which it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a fault of Endgame, as well. That's something like I wouldn't wish on other writers, because I would be like, what the fuck? How do I work with this?
Yeah, the blip. You could make an entire series just about the blip, because when it happened, that's not just people randomly disappearing. That is tons upon tons of accidents that kill even more people. It's not just a time of grand depression worldwide. It's accidents traffic accidents, planes crashing, all of that stuff going down. Yeah. And then you have the infrastructure collapse problems, because a lot of key people are missing now. And people have to reorganize and prioritize of what are they going to focus on. And that would make a really interesting story.
Yeah, that was my point. It was like, I would not mind a Marvel series that may not have action, but explores that part of the event.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of writers would like to do that, just as a social experiment, to see what would they come up with in just people getting by.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and the people who would come back, that would only, I would assume, only be the people who got blipped away, who got snapped away, but not the people who would have died from the accidents of who was snapped away.
Yeah, there would have to be some sort of reclaiming of what you lost because you were gone. And there would be this whole movement about that. There would be this whole group of people fighting for what is originally theirs, and a whole team of lawyers there would be a whole slew of law that'd be created in every part of the world, and each jurisdiction would be different. It would be really fascinating to look at that. But
it's not really clear what Tony Stark actually did with his counter-snap. Was it just bringing the snapped away people back? Was it restoration of everyone who died due to the initial snap? Because those are very different things.
Yeah. All right.
That was Hulk. That was Hulk. But to answer your question, I think it's it's not answered clearly, but the people who disintegrated, who got snapped away, are the ones who got returned. But the guys who died, someone got stabbed or shot. Or Vision didn't come back. Vision remained dead because
Yeah, but that was before. Vision died before the snap. But I mean, for example, if all the pilots in a plane got blipped away, but none of the passengers, the plane would crash. Would the passengers be returned to life?
I don't. I think it's fair to assume. I think it's safe to assume not.
That's my point.
Yeah.
It's such a. The thing
so
with
much to
Endgame
explore
is,
here.
yeah, but the thing with Endgame is it's such a closed book, as in like you can sort of feel that in a normal world, no one would try and make anything after Endgame. But obviously Hollywood's not like that. So it's
Endgame just really like.
Yeah, I would have thought that it would have made sense to make a series exploring the snap between the two movies.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been really interesting.
Yeah,
and also raise the stakes, or rather the feeling about the stakes.
All right, let's keep going. Here is German-speaking black guy. I hate that the show seems to think society would remain normal under half the population disappearing, with the only difference being the mourning. Like economies would collapse, they would rebound rather quickly. Money would massively inflate. Why would it inflate?
Yeah, it's not the population that does stuff. It's this is the idea that population has a big say on stuff. It doesn't really. So it's why nations like Great Britain and France, with such a smaller population than America, can still like compete with America. I mean, not as as well, but we're not poor.
I don't think economies would collapse. They would recalibrate. The marketplace was always going to be open. So the other issue is money would massively inflate. I don't think so. We've seen massive inflation from America over the years, and we haven't seen runaway prices. We haven't seen banks just pumping out the cash in loans. So there are controls on all these stopgaps. And the money supply is much greater because there's less people to use the money, but that money is still protected. It's still behind private investment and insurance and.
Oh, if half the people disappeared, there would be no way that the banks would make the money inflate. They'd pretty much keep it exactly the same, just so that they could grab hold of more of it.
Right. So they wouldn't have as many service charges, I guess, because it would be less people. So they have to make their money somehow. So they want to attract customers, and there's very few customers. So
yeah, exactly.
This is what the banks do already. So.
Yeah, and the way people think about countries is a little bit skewed all the time, because when people think about countries, they think about the geographical shape and size of it, which is not the relevant part. What is relevant in regards to economics is, in part, of course, what resources are available, which is better if you have a larger geographical size, because it means you probably have more access to something. But the important part is, if you reduce the countries to what they actually are, you usually have one or two very big main cities and a lot of rural area. You have I'm sorry, the white noise is really distracting me. So you have your industrial areas here and there, but mainly, especially back in the day, before the industrialization, a country was one big city, and then just a lot of land with that was producing food, which is why some tiny country like the Netherlands could hold a colonial empire, because that's what, a city or two. And then some farming fields.
The UK used to just be London.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's a lot of land that makes food. Germany, yeah, okay, we have a few of those population centers. The United States has a few of those population centers.
America has more of it because America is pretty much an entire continent.
Yeah.
So that's what people seem to forget.
Anyway, the last point of this statement was civil wars would break out worldwide. I'm not so sure about that. A civil war is between one country.
Depends.
And some argument the people have, and there's usually two sides to a civil war. Just because half the population of the world is gone doesn't mean America would break into civil war. There would be individual conflicts of, like, let's say, ownership of property. Like, let's say the father of a family of a billionaire estate or whatever is gone, and it's like, oh, let's look at the will, and the will would come out, and the will would be like this, this, and this. And then that would be either resolved or contested. So it really depends on how this stuff is laid out. Like, because everyone, I don't know if you guys have wills of your own, but if you don't, and most of us don't, that is where a lot of individuals go, what the hell is going on? Why does this go to the state as opposed to me? It's because your father never made a will, or your brother never made a will, or whatever the case may be. That's why whenever you open up investment banking, one of the first things you do is write a will. Because that's your life savings. So
there's a will, there's a way.
So civil wars, no, I don't see that happening. I really don't.
Yeah,
in fact, I see civil wars happen with more population.
Yes, I'd say because you need a schism for that. But the schism in the Thanos snap is that half the people are dead, and it can be assumed that his snap, due to the absolute power of the Infinity Stones, would be a snap with a true random. Which would mean that it is very likely that the proportionality between groups of certain beliefs, certain attributes, would in the end still be the same. Because true random would just end up like that, and on that large of a scale.
Like, I don't know what you would...
Very unlikely
what would you have...
but the Thanos snap would magically erase one particular group as a whole.
Like, what would you have a civil war over? Like, what would be the conflict? There's no conflict. It's just no one is half as much here as before.
Yeah, because there's no there's no need for resources. There's no need for space. Taking power. I mean, what of? I mean, there's that much space now that you could literally make your own country again.
You could argue people would vie for their own independence.
Depends on.
But that's a really niche group of people. Like, you'd have to look at certain African countries, I guess, and say, okay,
I'd say a civil war would depend on on the country, on what kind of country it is, what kind of culture it holds, if it had previous conflicts before. Like Egypt, I wouldn't be surprised if the Islamic Brotherhood, the domestic terrorists, decide to basically take this as quote unquote an advantage,
right?
And say this is meant to be. It was like, okay, definitely there could be a civil war there. But someplace like America, no, that's very fucking doubtful.
When you're talking about usurpers trying to take advantage of the situation, that would work in any scenario, whether it's militaristic or financial or congenial, whatever the scenario might be. So I don't know. I don't think it is fascinating to talk about, because you're talking about losing random people in any family, any society, any country, and what would be the aftermath. And I think that's too big a concept for the writers of this show to figure out properly, or at least in some
especially for the MCU.
It's just it's a very special case of the
4400 did something similar.
Right, guys, one at a time.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry, go on, Mark. Go on, Mark.
But it's a very special case for the snap, because I feel like it's just half a specific group every single time for the snap, because I feel only got half of the Avengers and half of the other population, and it seems every country lost half of its population. It's very abstract case. So if you would like count that into the equation as well, but like you would like lose like the same like workforce, but it would be just only half of each.
Yeah, I wanna.
Yeah.
There's this there's this question in the chat from Underworld Dream. He says, what if a pregnant woman gets snapped, but like the fetus doesn't get snapped, or vice versa?
Oh,
like what if they are traveling on the plane?
Like the fetus gets blipped. When the blip goes back, you find like it just reforms and drops on the ground.
Oh god!
All right.
And I feel like the fact that like the Peter Parker and his like schoolmates are having a vacation after 5 years being blipped.
All right. Let's stop the video here. If you guys want to continue tomorrow, we'll talk about that tomorrow because I think we're going on long enough. And the discussion is much more interesting than the actual video. The video is pretty silly. So
I think that this video is not worth it to talk more about.
Okay. Anyway, one more super chat, and we'll see if we have any stream news. Here is John Doe, the average Joe. Does 50% space equal 50% Earth? Thanos didn't target Earth. What do you mean?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Thanos I think he's trying to say. Yeah, Thanos was like targeting the entire universe, half of the universe. Yeah. So, I think his question is like, is it like half of every planet or half of the universe as a whole?
Half of every planet, because I think like it was like an official statement in one of the movies that like it's got like half the population of Earth.
Yeah.
But it also affected other planets as well. So
Thanos didn't care about Earth. He cared about the universe.
The universe, yeah.
Okay.
And these Infinity Stones work for this universe, and anything they made up later in the Loki show, that's bullshit. Because there's
Loki fucks the MCU.
Yeah, in the Marvel multiverse, there is a set of Infinity Stones for every universe within the multiverse. So the ones with the Infinity Stones of one universe don't work on another universe. They only work on their respective universe.
Right.
The analogy is like it's a remote control for the respective universe.
All right, here we go. Here's this from Big B. Oh, sorry,
God.
Check this out. Let me just zoom in here.
All right,
Rigby.
we have memes.
Disney plus Marvel shows after release. Ignored.
Yeah, that is true.
Only genociding when necessary. Falcon logic. And we have Frieza, I think. Who is that?
Yeah, that's Frieza.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's destroying a planet. Yay! Boom. Hans, legendary champion. Bucky watching his lifelong friend give the shield made of sci-fi metal to a random black guy he barely knows.
This is true.
Here is Dunn making Iron Smud, the secret project that keeps making the background noise.
Background noise.
What is that? Oh, that's Iron Man. Okay.
It's the air conditioner.
It's the box. It's a box he's making from IKEA.
Yeah.
You need a hammer.
Yeah, it's literally the iron. It's the Iron Spud.
How many weeks?
Yeah, how long does he have to make that box for?
Well, how big is that box? How intricate is it? Is he making super intricate ornamentation?
Big enough for Smut. Big enough for Smut to call everyone.
If that box isn't 200 foot wide and 600 foot tall, I'm just going to call bullshit on him making a box.
Well, hopefully he can set up the new mic that he just bought, and that'll solve a lot of his problems, I hope. And we'll find out on Monday, because that's when it arrives. So, anyway. So what was all that stuff about that mass murdering ginger being right? I don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about it.
The new Captain America everyone wanted. There he is. Nice guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He earned it.
He's great.
Earns it more than everyone else.
He deserves to be on a poster.
What the hell happened here?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay you $100 to get a mic. Well, that's technically what just happened. So yeah. Where is Dunn, by the way? I gotta fit the bill. He gave me a screenshot, but I gotta convert to Canadian and all that crap. So anyway, hopefully he has an email PayPal I can just send it to. The lame Captain America we got instead. Falcon's do better speech at the end. Oh my god. My god, no, stop it, Sam, stop it. Remember who you are. Don't let the skull humiliate you.
Also, it's Jordan Peterson lectures in his head.
He has some hypnotism, turned him into a bird. I don't know. Weird stuff. Here's Hans again.
Oh, he is a Falcon.
Cool symbol with star motif. Not even a super soldier. Totally human. Completely American. American handgun. Reliable service pistol. Cool outfit. Look of raw American determination. He's not a super soldier?
He's not a super soldier.
He's just a guy?
Not until the end of the show, where he gets a hold of a dose that was supposed to be left over that should have been destroyed. That's stuff that the terrorists stole and wanted to make more terrorists with.
So when he was throwing the shield, he was just guessing?
He's actually trained with the shield, so he's
so
he can't
the shield
use it.
skill
he's actually really good with it.
Yeah, and the shield skill doesn't really make sense. That stuff is superhuman. Either way, it makes no sense. And each time he hits someone in the head with it, that person should be fucking dead. Zemo should be dead.
All right.
When he threw it at Zemo, I was like, oh shit.
Okay, Zemo's dead now. Okay.
Here is the actual Captain America. Exposed head, dumb speech. What did he even say? Uncomfortable. America's #1 diversity hire. Completely confused. Basically hates America. Tacky. Basically lame. Iron Man will invade your privacy using tech. Jesus Christ, what is that outfit?
Oh, the outfit was abysmal.
Didn't he get the outfit from Wakanda? Because I think they got some.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yes.
Why is the
I think they're trying to get him killed.
White, blue, and red? Is it because it's American? Is that the point?
America.
From Wakanda, by the way.
You think they just have black? Just paint it black.
The Black Falcon.
Yeah,
God, it's just
they actually call him the Black Falcon.
Tacky. This reminds me of the 1990 Captain America.
I mean, okay, there are various designs for airborne vehicles that, or just any kind of camouflage, really, that you can create an algorithm to figure out what's the best looking color and pattern for whatever background you're in. So if you're in the sky, it's like blue skies or whatever. Okay, design an algorithm for it, paint it on an image, on a clothing, and ba-boom. So I don't know if white, blue, and red are the best colors for the sky, but
he needs his little police lights on his shoulders, like RoboCop and Meteor Man.
Does he have any guns or weapons? Like, what does he do?
He looks like Buzz Lightyear's gay cousin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I think he just punches people.
Like he flies really fast with his wings. That's all.
I assume so.
Yeah.
I think he just punches.
He's also friends with a guy like Woody. So
if I was flying in the air like a jetpack or whatever, I want a helmet.
Yeah.
Like a really big helmet.
Imagine all the insects that crash on your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Falcon's got nothing in his head to worry about damaging, so it's okay.
Oh, I'd want a mask.
His mouth, though. Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Air
His
pressure,
mouth,
hard to breathe.
Insects.
Yeah.
That's been a complaint, since Winter Soldier.
You forgot getting his ass kicked by Ant Guy. Here's Smud trying to get back to the video. And it's the scene from Beetlejuice. Yeah, that took a while. Hans again. Did I mention he got beat by Ant-Man?
Captain Ant.
Rigby. Finally, people don't like green skin Captain America because they're racist. Monster spy who tried to take Steve's identity. Are you serious? Holy crap.
Oh. Wow.
Good luck there, Monster Spy. Hans again. Wow, Hans, you're on a roll. Remember when Moses came down from the mountain with the 10 themes? Oh, God.
The 10
Racism. It's all racism.
That's amazing. I love that. 10 themes.
10 themes.
Or a master, D3X. Our villain, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, gentle germs. This is Carly, the Avenger of the Ginger side. Oh, Jesus.
She does look a bit like a goblin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she does. She is a goblin.
Wait, why is she wearing...
That's because she is...
Why is there a bloody hand on her face? What's that all about?
Because it's cool.
It's cool. Because it's the symbol is derived from a medallion of her adoptive mother or something, caretaker, who had the medallion is the Buddhist hand, the Buddha's hand with the world in the palm, and she just took that as the symbol of the hand with the world in it. If you look closely, I think that's supposed to look like one of the continents. I don't know anymore.
Oh, jeez.
But that's a pretty cool story, but I think it's just her period.
Oh.
She held it by mistake.
All right.
Oh, well, that's the logo.
Here's Ken. I'm not against America in particular. I'm against all countries. I'm against the very concept of countries. I believe all men are brothers sprung from the same primal parent. Tribalism, ethnicism, nationalism, these are all latter-day concepts that in our post-nuclear powered world have become outmoded and dangerous. They make people think they are different, special, better than other people. This is wrong. All men are equal, no better than different than anyone else. Legally, that's true. Legally, all men are equal, but not physically, not literally.
Yeah, he has a very utopian view of things, and it is in a way admirable if everyone thought like this, but it's not going to happen.
So that's why we have this.
It makes a lot more sense than
we have
definitely.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
We have.
It also makes more sense than communists.
Well, this is why we have laws. We have the Constitution. We have the Magna Carta. We have all these wonderful laws that say every man is fair under the law. But it says nothing about individuals saying, okay, if you're a tall man, you get preferential treatment under the law. No one. There's nothing like that in all
the
the
entire
laws.
Yeah.
The entire point of the American Constitution is because of that, just to avoid those if you're tall or if you're that. It's like no, all men have the same rights, but if you attempt to violate one of those rights, you're sacrificing your own rights as well.
Yeah,
and
while communists claim to think like that, they don't. What they actually do is what we've seen in the privilege walk exercise.
Yeah, and just by virtue of looking at the people in the photo, they're all different sizes, they're different genders, they're different body types. This is genetics, basic randomization of the genome. So, no, people are not equal, but legally they are permissible.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I would hate to have everyone be the same. That'd be scary. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Here's Carl. Hey, Carl. And there's Carly. That's really the villain is Carly. Really?
Yes.
She doesn't seem very intimidating.
It's spelled how I thought it was spelled. At which point I'm like, ugh, yeah, this is not.
She's just a Scottish girl with a mask on. That's all she is.
That's not even a Scottish girl. So let's not start calling her a Scottish girl.
I think they wanted to make her sound cute or something, but
so she colored her hair.
Failed. It just failed. It's just.
What did she do to her hair? She just colored it or put a wig on?
I don't know.
No, all right.
I know she could be Irish. I don't know.
Oh yeah, some Irish girls are red-haired. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I know that, but it's just like also the skin. Never mind. Let's carry on.
What the hell? Hawk's trying to sound German. Guten Hola, my fellow hot dogs. Sweet mother of God.
My fellow hot dogs. My Mexican is actually a lot better than my German.
Oh my God.
Oh, if you're interested,
Andale!
I posted I reposted the video of that scene where they where the Germans speak bad German and Lamar speaks good German in the group.
Yeah, I saw it.
I'll check that. Yeah.
Here's Hawk at Hogwarts World. We are playing Harry Potter. Ha, fags. Oh.
Yes, I will be like that.
I didn't know you were in South Park, Hawk. Wow. You're such a celeb.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Listen, just because I hate Harry Potter with like all my passion doesn't mean I can't be a good boyfriend and suck it up so that my girlfriend can have a good day.
Yes, this is what boyfriends do.
Dedicated man.
And I'll just get her the next time with something that she doesn't want to do, so it's perfectly fine.
What? I'm not a communist. Why weren't you people listening? I hate what the Soviet Union stands for as much as I hate what America stands for. What? What the hell?
Yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense because the Soviet Union is nationalist. Communism has to be nationalist, otherwise it cannot stand.
So
it has to be a personality cult.
Is this guy an anarchist? Like, what is he?
You could say
pretty
so.
much, yeah.
You could say so. True anarchist.
All right. Toasty Danny, Battlestar deserved better.
Yep, definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
He
That
did.
was awesome.
John Walker is the only one who recognized him. Everyone else just threw him under the fucking bus.
If like Sam would have died instead, I think this would have been a good show.
He would have been a good Falcon. This man deserves to be Falcon much more.
I'm not sure what's happening.
Man deserves to be Captain America just as much.
Yeah. Yeah. He would be a good black Captain America.
I'm a little confused, but okay.
I mean, Mario is Italian. You're Italian. Meme.
I'm gonna start making you some spaghetti. Like, what do you?
I think you're safe.
What's going on?
Yeah,
here?
I think you're safe.
Yeah.
You're not safer than a smut boy.
I was thinking more like
I criticize your work.
a mafia.
Gay bastard.
A mafia accent. You know, not a Mario accent. That's kind of weird.
Mafia.
Why would Mario threaten
You
someone?
come to me on the morning of my first stream, asking me for a favor.
Here's Smudrio took racing against the others seriously. This was all for those times trying to get back to the video, and we're just running around.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Oh, I just totally smashed this piece of glass over Yoshi's head.
Yeah.
This is the wow. I want to know who's Yoshi in. I want to know who Yoshi is in this thing. I'm just like
Dunn. This is what you get if your microphone is shit.
Here's
God.
Little Caesar's
his
wisp.
eyes.
The Romans gave us Little Caesars, I think. What?
Okay.
Acceptable.
Jeez.
I could use some good pizza.
From Little Caesars?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, well, from my best Italian baker from Salentino.
Oh, that's different. Super chats. Yeah.
Bet.
I think that was a donation, actually, not a super chat, but same idea.
Yeah.
yeah. It was literally just Wisp. The guy was called Wisp 911, so it wasn't even
What
the account was called Wisp 911. So
Okay. Ironically enough, I'm born in 9/11, 2000. So in my first birthday,
2001.
yeah, 2001, my first birthday, I blew a candle and 2 buildings along with it. My bad.
Wow, that's kind of chat.
So
That's
here
some
is
breath, man.
Mateus making a meme with
Always
bears
make a wish.
and Hawk, and I don't know who the other guy is. What's his crime? It says YouTube.
Oh, that's the guy.
That's the YouTuber. That's
Well,
the YouTuber.
that's the guy we're watching. Okay.
Yes.
And it says JulienCFDurand, who's the guy we're watching. It says death for Pornia.
I think that's too meta.
I don't get it.
Matthias, it's very late for me. But
Here's Hans again. The CIA has jurisdiction wherever the CIA happens to be.
Yeah, that was the sentence.
That's the, isn't that the guy from Batman?
Yeah,
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. But when some secret agent super soldiers from some other country tell you that in your own country, yeah, I'd be scared.
Yeah, that's a potential.
And I'd want to blow their brains out.
Here is
big guy for you.
Here's Smud still trying to get back to the video with a wisp-like voice in his head talking about shitting on flags and things.
Oh God!
What is that from?
Fallout 3.
Fallout
3.
But the character himself is like from Fallout 1 and 2 as well.
Oh, really?
Like he's a recurring
He's the guy
character.
who's the guy. Yeah, he's the guy who's got the tree in his head. And in Fallout 3, the trees become all of them.
Oh.
Can't remember what his name is. Like Harry or something.
Here
I think Harry, yeah.
Here is Just Right on Twitter, which I can't see because he blocked me. Captain America saying you don't have jurisdiction here while standing in a place that is not America is the perfect metaphor for American foreign policy? What?
Oh my God.
Yeah, so Wakanda is as horrible as you make the United States out to be.
I wish these dumb Canadians would stop talking about American foreign policy.
Hate Wakanda.
Do we have any business telling America what they're doing? I mean,
yes. Why not?
Like, here's the thing. Like, usually countries negotiate with other countries. Like, oh, you're NATO. Okay, there's a guy there. We need to apprehend him. He's a criminal from our country. We're gonna go get him. Wakanda doesn't do that shit. They just like, yeah, we're here. Fuck you. It's like,
they opened an orphanage in a ghetto, and that's it. Bye, guys.
And then they punched their the fucking American soldiers, like, because someone tapped her in the fucking shoulder, despite the fact she nearly killed him at the beginning.
Did you assume my haircut?
So here is Ken telling us this is airplane mode, and then we have Wisp's hand smashing the Sturzflug button.
I don't know where this is coming from. What does this mean?
September 11th.
What happened in 2016? Like what is all this?
What happened in 2016? You went the Sturzflug with September 11th. It's right there, Wisp. I know Mike Tester's eyes are going, but yours it's right there.
Where did this shit come from that I did 9/11? What is that?
The donation fella.
From history, Wisp, it's well known that a German was behind 9/11.
What?
It's well documented.
How did this come to be?
Yeah,
I made a wish.
Let me look up Wikipedia.
Birthday.
9/11.
All right.
How does this come to be? Well, what happens is, Wisp, is you flew 2 planes into the Twin Towers.
I flew 2 planes at the same time.
All right.
Yes, you're German. Don't question it. You're German. Anyway, you flew 2 planes at the exact same time. Well, you flew one, jumped out of the parachute, landed the next one, and flew that one in as well.
Within an hour.
That reminds me
within 30 minutes. German efficiency, you know.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Here is Hawks.
It was a German
plane. You should be proud.
German engineering is superior.
Here is Hawks Master telling him to divert attention away from China to Russia, or else he'll subject him to the next 10 Disney Plus Marvel shows.
Actually, you know something? Yeah, I'd sell my soul to Winnie the Pooh to not see the next 10 Disney Plus Marvel shows.
Oh. I'm not sure what's happening in that beam, but okay. Or a Master D3X. Odd how he used that as some kind of argument point. Julian, you kill people from the shadows. The spy. Yes.
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 Rigby, what the shield throw should have done to Zemo? Oh, good. You brought the shield, and it's Magneto? And then Magneto frickin' chops his head off. Oh my god. Holy.
That looks like some crossover thing with some, I don't know, zombie thing going on. Or...
It's a zombie thing.
Yeah, it's the zombie one. Yes?
Mark, I just seen something. I have to check something now.
Here's Ken. Mr. Secretary General, I am Flag Smasher. The United Nations is a symbol of oppression, an illusion that keeps us apart while pretending to bring us together. Ultimatum, underground, liberated, totally integrated mobile army to unite mankind. Took me a week to memorize.
He seems more charismatic than fucking Carly. At least.
And fun and more funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also like the silly get-up of his soldiers.
Yeah, if he wants to take down the UN, I mean, good luck. Go for it. See how far you get.
Yeah. I'm actually for that.
I'd like to see it happen, yeah.
Corrupt, communist, subverted bullshit place.
Gigantic bureaucracy, yeah. All right, here's Mark in 3D. The September 11th attacks, often referred to as 9/11, were a series of 4 coordinated terrorist attacks by the WISP, the German terrorist group Al Qaeda, against the United States on the morning of Tuesday, September 11th, 2001.
Did you actually submit that?
Yes, he's
actually just from the.
He's actually changed. Have you changed the wiki? I'm actually looking now about.
Oh my god.
Dedication. This is fact now. It's confirmed.
Oh god.
All right.
Cannot deny.
Oh my goodness.
This fulfilled my fucking birthday wish when I blew my candles. I was like, I want buildings falling, and there was just immediately does it.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
That
was
came from.
Not that painful, actually. It was kind of boring, but it's just his takes were bad.
We had a much better discussion than the video itself.
I was pretty much useless, but I'm glad you guys came in and had a lot of stories to tell about the show, because I'm not going to watch it. So glad you guys did.
So yeah, I didn't actually watch it. I just happened to predict everything that would happen in it.
Oh really?
So.
All right.
Anyhow.
Anyway, thank you so much. Again, we can cover another one of these guys' videos. He's not too popular, so I'm sure he does these weird takes, and no one is there to tell him, yeah, this is bad. He's going to keep doing it. So thank you.
Keep to be honest with you, he was kind of boring. But maybe he's got some better videos.
Right. For sure. So thank you guys. Keep the suggestions coming in the suggestions channel of the Discord.
My better.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, please do better. Please, no, whatever you want, we'll try and cover. Depending if it's watchable and people want to cover it, then we'll do it. No problem. So keep them coming. Thanks a lot. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Goodbye.